Happy Sunday, boys. Show up.
It's a blind, blind Sunday. Sunday. It's a blind, blind Sunday. It's a blind, blind Sunday. Sunday.
Hello, Gearheads, and welcome to the Blind Mike Project. And if you're new here, you're now a Gearhead. Welcome aboard. Go to blindmike.net for all of Mike's links to shows like Why Are You Laughing? And also click on the Patreon link and register to get shows like Quincy and stand-up comedy breakdowns. On today's show, a series of segments that will make you laugh until you cry. Too many to list. So without further ado, here's your host, the man with a sixth sense for humor, Blind Mike Geary.
Hey, I'm back. I missed you guys last week. Did you miss me?
We did.
Oh, good. Thank you.
No, really. We did. We missed
I don't know why
you.
that got me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The panties are dropping, Mike. You're back.
Sure. Yeah, it's very exciting. Craig's still away touring the country. I said, "Are you coming back?" He said, "Not till I taste every year," which I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it has something to do with wine or something. But he'll be back. He'll be back.
He told me until people stop mentioning emails, he's just going to keep his head low. Apparently, they're in the news.
That's smart. Electra, I think I can hear your room.
All right, let me fix
The
that.
room you're in is very loud. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. It's hot here. I'm sorry. I have like 10 fans. Hold on.
Sorry.
Let me fix it.
All right.
A little bit of a heat wave on the West Coast, Mike. What's the weather like over there? Your neck of the woods.
In your neck of the woods. Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely out here in Western Massachusetts. Well, no, she's back. I can hear it.
You can still hear it? My God, you have super hearing. You have a
I guess.
superpower.
I guess I do. All right. Well, we'll
be
soldier
working
on.
on that.
We'll soldier on. I don't have clips for it, but I thought we could talk about it for a second. That Afro Man thing you were sending me stuff, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time on it because it just seemed too vast to sink my teeth into. But I do like the idea that there's a cop on the stand who's like, they're calling me pound cake, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's just a very
Yeah,
funny.
so give me $1 million. Well, no, you freaking did this in reality. You made a fool of yourself, but body cameras were on.
I didn't know. Was Afro Man making music still before this?
Yes. So
Yes.
Afro Man has been making music, never stopped making music. People just stopped caring. And he's a genius for seeing the marketing opportunity in all this after the police do that. But I got on this early, Mike. I was like, oh my God, I got something for Blind Mike Project. This is perfect. And then I saw just over the course of time, every news pick up on it because it's too perfect. Like the music's funny. The real magic there is the cops' reactions on stands.
Yeah.
One cop goes, the judge or the attorney goes, so he said he's sleeping with your wife satirically in a song, and the guy goes, I don't know that, implying that the guy is actually fucking his wife.
Maybe he is fucking my wife.
Yeah, and the attorney for the other side, like,
a lot of it too is so petty, where it's like,
oh yeah,
how is that a lawsuit? You can't sue someone for giving you the nickname Officer Pound Cake.
Right?
do you know why he called him that though? It's amazing.
Walk by
right?
a pound cake or something like that.
He not so in his home videos that he was watching of the police look at his house, he saw this guy like walk around his kitchen and like look down real quick at his lemon pound cake that was sitting there, and he was a husky guy, and so he's just an internet troll. He's a comment section guy making songs. Afroman's amazing.
Yeah, that interested me, and the other one I didn't. I thought about sending the clip, but I didn't. I just didn't think it fit the show. But did you see that Jerry O'Connell clip that was going around this week? That people
I've
were talking
always known he's a spineless bastard. I've always known it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
Yes,
Oh,
it's reading
fuck.
the super chats.
That is my. All right. We'll see.
Escape.
Okay, that's my computer
fun.
talking.
You play war games all day long. You're Matthew Broderick. Hey.
That's the level of technology they give blind people, where we live in the age
Jesus Christ.
of AI and like voice commands, and they give us that robot to talk us through our keyboard functions.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
they're
bad.
just-
Robot voice, really bad.
Yeah, go ahead, Electra, with this one. Go ahead.
GD Fenderson is in our chat. Says, please keep my name out your mouths.
Is that the real GD?
Yeah, it
Just
is.
like GD keeps comedy out of his.
Well, I'm.
Oh!
Sorry,
Let's-
you don't have
let's
to act like that. That was a little much.
Well, GD, just this is my warning that we're going to talk about you later in the show. I know that was his big sticking point last time that I didn't send him a notarized letter that we were going to talk about him. So we're talking about you later, GD. Just fair warning. You can be here or not. It's up to you. I'll say things you won't agree with, like you're not funny, but what can I do? I'm just calling him like I see him. Sorry, pal.
Got great hair, GD.
Yeah, but that Jerry O'Connell clip was, he's like, my wife, and I'm afraid that my wife and children are going to beat me up if I say anything nice about Trump. But I
When he
figured
hooked
Craig
up-
can really get into it the same way, you know?
When he hooked up with that lady that was coming off of Stamos, you knew that she just had to find like a different kind of man, and Jerry O'Connell was a different kind of man. That's what
He's,
learned.
I don't know if this is why you have that philosophy on him, but he is, when you said spineless, he's like, every show he goes on, he's like, oh, I'm a super fan. He was a Howard Stern super fan.
Yep.
He does that with like Pardon My Take now, where he's like, you guys don't know how much I love this show. I live for this show. But it's like every show he goes on, so it just seems completely phony. Yeah, he does seem like a bit of a horse's ass.
Worst part of Hollywood, Jerry O'Connell. Although Stand By Me was amazing. I love that movie.
All right. We'll go to blindmike.net for all your Blind Mike needs. That's where you'll find all the links for this program. Why are you laughing? Who are these socials? I think is still on there. So it's a museum of sorts. Go to blindmike.net for all the links wherever you find podcasts. You'll find our links there. Subscribe if you're watching live on YouTube, which you can do every Sunday at 10 a.m. Video now on Spotify as well. One thing I should say, people have been messaging me about Patreon. They're like, oh, when's the audio going up? If Craig decides the audio goes up, it goes up. So behave yourselves, and he'll give you audio. It's out of my hands. Craig is a dictator, and if you behave yourselves, you get audio. They're plain and simple. After 5 years, you should have learned that. Butter Craig's bread, and you'll get the audio uploads. What more can I tell you? Stop coming to me about it. You think I have any control?
Craig's our Duke.
He certainly is. Yeah. Go to blindmike.net. If you want to become a member on said Patreon or YouTube, you can do that. I can tell exactly when Electra pops in because I can hear her. Somehow her room, there's an essence around her, an aura.
I'm just not going to pop in anymore. I won't.
It's like a ghost. I can feel you in the room. I can't see you, but I know you're there. And now she's gone.
Apparition. Hey, if there's big tits in Ghostland, I'm sticking around. Fuck that bright light shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what you're saying. What are you guys up to on HackRideStudios.com?
Well, thank you for asking, Mike. Actually, this is a big week over at HackRideStudios.com. We have the finale of Unboxing Bigfoot, it is. That's right. 21 episodes, the final episode. We learn what happens to him, which is nothing. He lives in a halfway house and is doing great, which is good job, Bigfoot.
Why did you just give that away, Casey?
Because it's something for the gearheads.
Was there a finale with him, or is he
No.
just a guy that Howard stopped having on?
They actually still have him on. Like Wolfie will call him and check in on every once in a while. That's why it's an open-ended, the only open-ended whackpacker that we've ever covered. All the other ones are dead.
That's really weird. Like, just the idea that Howard has anyone like that on. Like, what is the show? You know what I mean? Like, is it America's Got Talent? Is it reality show recaps with big name, bland celebrity interviews? Or is it having freaks on?
Steve tips at war with.
What do I do with this? Why am I doing this today?
I don't know. Is it connected to the? That's your phone, right?
Click
No,
here
it's
to
my
mute
computer.
your microphone. Click
Oh,
here
it
to
is?
disable your
Yeah,
audio
yeah.
button.
Hold on. Let's check to see if anything got hit there.
How can you
I'm
turn
gonna
that
turn-
off?
I have
I'm
no
just
idea.
turning off any notifications whatsoever because it might be a notification of like a tip. It might be a
That's what it is.
notification of.
It's super tips. It's super
Yeah,
tips.
I've never been alerted to that before.
All right, so they just automatically turned them on for some reason. Oh, we love EV Mucks. All right, sorry about that, Mike. I thought that was coming from your phone, so I was like, I didn't know where to look for that fix.
Yeah.
There we go. On with the
All
show.
right. Let's finally get into enough dilly-dally here. I think we've solved all the problems at the
Solved.
beginning here. Oh, and
Done.
BTH tomorrow
Mhm.
with me and Cardiff and Tukey. So I'm excited to get back to that. Tomorrow night, you can watch that. And it'll be good to see those boys again. If you're a member on Patreon or YouTube, you get the link for that. All right, let's get into business here. You sent me this yesterday, Casey, that HACKRIDE is back, Haley Welch.
She is, and she's got new tits, Mike. It's nice, but she's also she's talking about tits and tokens.
Yeah, so I just wanted to tie up this because we talked about it when it happened, maybe a year ago now or more. It was a while ago that Haley Welch disappeared. She's been taking a nap for a year. I think that was the last we saw of her. And she just kind of went away. But I defended her in that, like, if you're putting your life savings in Spitcoin or HACKRIDE, whatever the fuck they called it, like, that's on you. If you're like, oh, I think HACKRIDE is going to lead the future of money, then you're a fucking idiot. Like, if she committed a crime, then let the legal system work all that out. If she belongs in jail, put her there. I don't care. But, like, as a member of society, I'm not going to blame her for something where she obviously got taken for a ride. Like, she clearly got taken advantage of. And the idea that she was the mastermind of any of this was always silly to me. So I defended Haley Welch, and I'd like to hear her summation. And we'll see if she's able to make a comeback after this. What is this on?
The day that the
This is on the Andrew Callahan or Channel 5 show. I think
Oh,
that's his
okay.
name. Andrew Callahan. He's got his own he's got some own problems right now, that guy. But here we go.
coin
Yeah.
launch, I actually had, I think, 2 podcasts that day. We were in California when it happened, and the guy that was in the room with us, the one that was like operating the coin, we noticed he was like pacing around everywhere, like nervous, and I was like, is that normal? Like, why is he acting like that? Because, you know, I'm doing a podcast. I'm not controlling the coin. But after all that, and we finished all the podcasts, everybody just kind of went out of the room and they looked concerned. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand what's happening. And they're like, oh, nothing. You ain't got to worry about it. I pull up my TikTok and the next thing I know, oh, yep, Haley Welch is going to jail. And I was like, what did I do? Why am I going to jail, you know? But after everything got figured out, and I mean,
People are mad at her. She's an idiot. Like, it's what did you expect for like? People are just so ready to be angry and create a villain that they can get mad at and lift themselves up as these pious, righteous people, and they can shame her and be like, now you know I'm a good guy because I'm calling Haley Welch a bad person and evil. Like, there's this self-gratification you get from shaming people on the internet. Listen to this fucking dope. She got famous for describing how you give a blowjob, and then clearly got duped into some fucking scam by Howie Mandel's son-in-law or whatever the fuck that was. And like, listen to her. How could you be mad at this lovely idiot?
It's Honey Boo Boo. How could you hate Honey Boo Boo? The nation loved Honey Boo Boo.
I have to
Right.
tell you, she's pretty talented. I mean, Casey wrote the intro, which he didn't play the right intro, and I spent 3 hours making it last night, but that's okay. But I had to say HACKRIDE, and it's harder than you think to say it as well as she did.
Well, I always thought she had a future. Like, that sounds weird to say, but like, I thought that she could have been something on a podcast. You know what I mean? There's people who have attempted this who are much less naturally talented at talking and being interesting. You know what I mean? Like, she was an interesting person. Like, just listening to her, even listening to her describe this, is kind of interesting. She has a personality, and that's more than a lot of people that try podcasting can say for themselves. So, like,
True.
I thought that she had a future. I don't know if that's completely dead now. Like, who really gives a fuck, and who's gonna back her at this point? I don't know if she, if the Paul brothers are gonna take her back in. But like, I did not think she was an untalented podcaster.
No, this has TLC written all over it. Like, ooh, let's build her back up to America's sweetheart again.
Yeah, and that will be not as fun.
But did I mention she does have big, brand new boobies? So she did get something out of the coin.
Plus, Haley, that's a good if you want to, ingratiate yourself in the hearts of America. I think that's a good way to go about it.
She's wearing a sweatshirt. You can barely see them.
That's a
no,
mistake.
this is private research on my part. Yeah, no, this is private research.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, no, let those things breathe, Haley, and we'll welcome you back with open arms.
I think it's actually a choice that she went with heavy sweatshirt on this, so we could actually pay attention to this one time what she said about the million people
regal,
lost.
yes. She's matronly in this clip.
I took every step you're supposed to take. Like, I was cooperative with the FBI, like the SEC. I was cooperative with everybody. I even sent my phone off for days and like had everything searched through there. And I'm sitting here talking.
They put my name on one of them meme coins, and I got all kinds of money now. They said the rug pull, and these guys are all kinds of nervous. The fuck did the FBI get out of this dope?
Then we moved to Beverly Hillbillies.
And by the way, I'm not blaming her. I would know about just as much if they put my name on a fucking coin that the Haley Welch would. What could you have possibly provided to the FBI other than, hey, here's the name of the idiot that roped me into this?
Paul Brothers, reach out. We're always down for a rug pull. Anytime.
Yes. Yes.
Use. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I saw that you got cleared by the SEC.
Yeah, like, I'm good.
But what about the other guy?
DVD.
Yeah. So that's still ongoing, but you're out of it. Damn, that must be a crazy experience.
Oh, it's enough to traumatize you. Like, I wouldn't come out of the house for like months.
What a skilled interviewer this Andrew Callahan is. That must have been like fucking crazy, right? Like, that's all you can muster for this? Yes, it's crazy. You've really captured the moment here, Andrew.
Yeah. I mean, people right now are probably like living on the street. They had to move their mother into a home and out of the family home because of her. But hey, she feels bad.
Yeah. I mean, she like I said, her greatest defense is like she's an idiot. What did people think? What did people expect from her? If you put your money into that, because people are gonna again be self-righteous and hey, people lost money. That they took money. She took money out of their children's mouths. If you gave Haley Welch all your money, you're a fucking more. You do. I'm glad you lost your life savings if that's the case.
And conversely, if you're a billionaire because of if you would have made money, would you have really wanted that to be the way that you did it? I did it on Hawk Tour. Yeah, I'm a Hawk Tour billionaire. I mean, come on, get out.
How did I make our fortune's son, Howie Mandel's son-in-law, and the girl who said you spit on a cock when it gets hard?
Saliva on penis, son. That's how we made our money.
They developed the future of money.
So.
Oops. All right, Mike, we have some. Where is it?
Super chats.
Let's get to some of these. Electra, can we summon the ghost from the closet?
Droopy Balls coming in with $4.99. Happy Sunday, boys.
Thank you, buddy. Happy Sunday to you.
We love Droopy Balls. Long time.
I do, for sure.
Caller.
Colostomy Stephen Craig. What happened to cunt? Return of the
You tell
King.
Return of the King. That's fun. We have another colostomy. Welcome.
Colostomy Stephen Craig again. Craig is at a file sharing convention.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, they gotta meet in person now. Too many taps on all these phones,
Right?
That's smart. That's smart.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Rambo 25T4H coming in with $4.99. Hi, Mike. Great show. I'm having a wonderful swim around mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Bye.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
That's timely. That's in the news.
Bacon bits. Beef tips at war with BMP? Question mark. Hashtag justice for beef drippings.
I felt very bad.
What happened?
I messaged that Beef Drippins guy. I like his name. He promotes himself on all the shows, and I watched his show, and it seems like they do a good job. Shout out to Beef Tips Show, I think is the name of it.
Uh-huh.
So go check them out. And I reached out to him and said, "Hey, do you want to come on Dabbleverse Live in a couple weeks when it's back on my channel?" And he said, "Yeah, man, sounds good. Just let me know." And then I forgot I sent that message, and went about my life. And then halfway through the episode, something triggered my memory where I was like, "Ah, fuck! I forgot I've invited that guy on." So we'll get you on if you are still open to it, Beef Drippins. We'll get you on in the future. I apologize for my terrible mistake.
Good thing about Beef Drippins is they stay wet, Mike. They stay saucy, so he'll probably be good to go. He's a good guy. They're good guys. They check out our show sometimes, so
Oh, nice.
I like them. Yeah. And one more thing, a gifted membership here by Fun OK. Thank you so much, Fun OK. And it went to Yankees Suck, which, boo, Mike doesn't
Thank you,
like
buddy.
that. So.
Well, that's okay.
All right. So I hear we got a new Kevin Hart roast.
Yeah, this is the other news in the comedy world this week. I don't know. I was a little disappointed by this announcement. There was speculation. I remember we talked about like a year ago. The rumor was, how is Netflix going to follow up the Tom Brady roast? Which I guess they do that. Netflix is a joke festival every other year or something. Every 2 years, maybe.
The Olympics.
So I suppose. So the Brady roast was a couple years ago now, and they wanted to do another one this year. And the rumor was Will Smith. Like, hey, this is going to rebuild Will Smith's image, which I think would have been an awesome choice by all parties. I don't know. This felt like kind of a letdown. They just got a guy that'll do anything. We'll listen to Joke World deliver the news, and then we'll get into it.
After turning down an invitation to join the dais for the roast of Tom Brady in 2024, Shane Gillis will officially be hosting the second live roast in Netflix history on May 10th, 2026, when the roast of Kevin Hart takes place at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles at 8 p.m. Eastern during the Netflix is a Joke Festival. As of now, there's no word on which other comedians will be featured on this lineup, but after the massive success of their first live roast and with Shane Gillis as the host, Netflix is gearing up for another historic night in comedy.
I mean, I bet it'll be funny. I bet it'll be fun to watch live and everything, but I don't know. Kevin Hart, like, first of all, Kevin Hart will just do anything. Like, he's on fucking everything. Is it going to be like, oh, fine, yay, Kevin Hart's getting roasted? Like, who really gives a shit? It felt deflating. There felt like no energy. The announcement was, hey, Shane Gillis is going to host this. They didn't even put, like, there was no excitement behind the fact that the target was Kevin Hart. So they kind of had to announce, like, hey, Shane's hosting. Isn't that exciting? Because I think if they just said, hey, we're doing the roast of Kevin Hart, people would have been like, oh, big deal, you know?
Yeah.
I don't-
You
Yeah,
can't
that-
roast Kevin Hart, can you? I mean,
It's a good point.
I mean, I like, there were like, Nikki Glaser had a bunch of funny jokes about Kevin Hart, but yeah, we've already heard it. Like, it'll be done. It'll be the same jokes as were in the Tom Brady roast about Kevin. I would think, more or less. You can make jokes about Kevin for sure. I hope Riyadh gets mentioned. I doubt it will. But, like, that would be fun if they started bringing up shit like that. Are they going to trot out the same comics? Or is it going to be people that are associated with Kevin Hart? Like, will Big J be on it? Or Kurt Metzger? Or any, like, the guys he came up with? Or will it be just, hey, look at that celebrity. Look at this celebrity. Like, you know, no ties to him at all. So I don't know. It felt that the announcement lacked energy. And you could tell by the fact that they were like, Shane Gillis, right, guys? Isn't that something? It's like, yeah, but he has no connection to Kevin. I mean, they both came out of Philly, I guess. That's their connection. I don't know. It felt lifeless. Like, if Comedy Central is going to try this if Netflix is going to try and take over the roast mantle for Comedy Central. It felt like a lack of energy. Kevin Hart's a big name, I guess, but I've never understood why Kevin Hart is such a big name.
He doesn't do punchlines, Mike. That's his thing.
There's no one thing you can point to and be like, oh, that's why Kevin Hart is the biggest, as far as like ticket sales, probably the biggest comedian ever. And there's no one thing. I know his special, Seriously Funny, I remember people talking about it. People were like, oh, you have to check out this new Kevin Hart special. Like, that's the first time I remember him really getting attention. But I don't know. It wasn't Killing Him Softly. It was, it wasn't like this all-time amazing special. There's not one movie he's been in where you're like, oh, that was a phenomenon. That's why he exploded like this. I guess it's just that he's everywhere. Like, he's in every single thing. But what made Kevin Hart so famous? Why can Kevin Hart sell out a football stadium doing stand-up? I don't get that.
No one will ever know. It's a mystery. It's the eighth wonder of the world. It really is.
Because even we'll talk about Bert Kreischer later. Like, if you want to shit on Bert Kreischer, go ahead. I can wrap my head around why he has popularity. You know what I mean? Like, the machine story got really big. He has a thing. He takes his shirt off. His podcasts were popular. He was on Rogan at a time where that would explode your career. Like, I can wrap my head around why Bert Kreischer is as famous as he is. Kevin Hart, I don't get it. I don't get why he's a draw. I don't know why he's able to sell out football stadiums. I don't know why it hasn't died at all. Like, Kevin Hart's just as famous now as he was 10 years ago. I don't understand it. And it seemed like kind of a half-assed thing by Netflix where they're like, yeah, you got Kevin Hart. We'll get a bunch of famous people to show up, I guess. Is that good? Do you guys like that? It's like, I don't know. Yeah. It's not it wasn't like Tom Brady. It was like, wow, Tom Brady's doing this? Like, it was a surprise. It was a thing. It was an event. Kevin Hart, it just felt lifeless, the announcement.
It feels safe, Mike, is what it feels for a company that's probably spending a lot of money on this. It feels very safe.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll be curious if is it going to be Nikki Glaser, Tony Hinchcliffe, Schultz?
Probably.
Are they going to try new people, or is it going to be the exact same thing?
It's going to be exactly the same thing. Well, it made money. Let's do it again. That's how Netflix kind of works.
Yeah.
Have you seen their movies, Mike? Have you seen any of their movies? My God.
And if they wanted it to be like a comedy thing with a name that they kind of have, a relationship with, like Mulaney would have been funny. Like, Mulaney hasn't been roasted since he, went to rehab, left his wife, has a kid, all that shit. Like, Mulaney would have been interesting. Shane would have been interesting.
Imagine
Kevin
if
Hart
they could get Bo Burnham out of mothballs. They got him under contract too.
Yeah, like there's probably 50 comedians you could have named that would have been more interesting than honestly. Bert Kreischer would have been more interesting than Kevin Hart.
Whitney Cummings would have been
Way
amazing.
more. Rogan, like just anybody.
Yeah. That would have been amazing. Yeah.
There's no juice to Kevin Hart is the most famous guy that elicits no reaction. Like, who gives a
Bappa. Oh, we could have had a Bappa roast. How dare you, Netflix?
Yeah, and some of them as a comedy fan, it's like, yeah, it'd be for us, but it'd be very niche still. So I get why. I get why it's not Bert Kreischer or whatever, but like Rogan would have been huge,
Absolutely. I have a quick question for you. After, and it's just a side, if you don't want to talk about this, fine. But the Riyadh Comedy Festival, after sort of what we've seen over the last few months play out in the Middle East, have on the spectrum, have you moved at all?
I don't care that they went.
Right.
Okay. I really don't care that they went. What I hated was, I think there's some issues with, like, Chappelle's defense was ridiculous, where he's like, look at what Israel does. It's like, yeah, well, that's a reason not to perform in Israel, not to perform in Riyadh. So their answers are just ridiculous. And if you're Bill Burr, who literally like shamed other celebrities for doing the same thing, and had like your entire identity is fuck billionaires and fuck greed and all this stuff, and then you come back and go, it's fucking lovely over there. They're silly people. I loved it. Like, that's just a phony thing to me. Or if you're Whitney and come back and call him racist. I don't really care that Kevin Hart did. I hope there's jokes about it in that roast. But like, if you're like, can you believe Kevin Hart accepted money to do a thing? It's like, yeah, no, I believe that. Like, I didn't think Kevin Hart was this guy that was represented by any sort of morals or anything. So I don't give a fuck that Kevin Hart went,
Yeah, I was just curious because like you do see now the region in flames, and you're like, Saudi Arabia seems to be like not the worst in this group, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So it made me think about it.
That was never really my issue with it.
Yeah, and it makes the Roger Waters sort of getting lambasted for telling people not to perform in Israel kind of look stupid too. I mean, music and comedy, like they should be able to go wherever and do what they want, but you're right, they have to have a reaction afterward that is like publicly correct.
Well, it's why I like Louis' reaction was a little disingenuous in the fact that he didn't mention the money he was paid or anything. But he went on Bill Maher and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it." Even like that felt somewhat genuine to me. Or even like Schultz saying like, "Hey, I've got fans over there, so I went to perform for the fans." Like what? Like I'll accept those. I think there's a lot of holes in some of those answers, but like it's something. Or even Aziz being like, "Hey, like my family is from that part of the world and I had questions about it and blah, blah, blah." Like, those are all interesting answers. What's not interesting to me is going, you fucking people are just, you want to be outraged. It's like, no, there was a real thing here, Bill or Whitney, you know?
Yep, totally. All right, folks,
Well,
that's
I've
our
seen-
Mideast coverage. Oh, we got some more.
And I've seen posts that people around the world do not want to have the World Cup in the United States. So we are also not out of the flames.
Well, let's bomb them.
Okay.
Yes, I've been for bombing soccer for decades. Yes. We have the real football. Fuck you. Let's bomb them. I'm with Mike on that one. All right, Mike, speaking of mullahs and guys that like expensive watches, we got ourselves Two Bears, One Cave.
Two Bears, One Cave is back. It's very exciting. This was crazy to me. I don't go as extreme as other channels like Podcast Cringe who like really hate these guys. I think they're fine, and I think there are some things where I'm like, why are they still podcasting? But I don't think they're evil guys. Like some people really hate these two. I'm just perplexed by why they're doing this. So they had this. We covered it, I think, back in like January or something. They had this epiphany where they're like, you know what I hate is podcasting. I actually hate podcasting. And Bert was like, I just don't want to podcast anymore. And Segura was like, me neither. And then they stopped. And I was like, good for them. You know, they realized this isn't for them anymore. And instead of bitching about it, they actually stopped. They did something about it and they disappeared. They didn't make an announcement. They just left the podcast and with no explanation or anything. So they're off for a month. And then they come back with this. This is how they re-enter the podcast. There was no more explanation than this. These are the first words they say back, and this is the closest they get to explaining while they were gone. It was very weird.
Welcome to another episode of Two Bears, One Cave. For everybody that has not yet done it, we want to remind you that we are doing the Two Bears 5K May 9th at the Pasadena Rose Bowl. This is
hopefully this comes out before May. I think this will come out in September.
Oh, cool. That is a good point. We should have it come out before then. This is part of Netflix is a Joke festival. Tons of comedians will be there.
People say Bert fake laughs, whatever. I've never been on that train. People accuse me of having a fake laugh. A laugh is a laugh. What the fuck is he laughing at here?
He heard a joke earlier today that was hilarious.
He's like, but listen to how long this goes. Back it up a little and listen to how long he laughs. It's saying like, hey, we pre-record the podcasts. I guess he's saying like, I guess they recorded a bunch at once or something and they're releasing them. I don't know what's funny about that, but listen to this laugh at nothing.
This is part of Netflix is a Joke festival. Tons of comedians will be there. It's been so fun. This is our third in a row and our second time back at the Rose Bowl. It really is like so cool whether you're an avid runner or you're
going and now more people are joining in. What's happening? What is he laughing at? Is there something visually that I'm not witnessing? What's going on?
Not that
We're
we can
missing the
see.
show.
I can't see whatever he's laughing at, unless he's laughing at the fact that these are two men on Ozempic. But that's about all I could think of.
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into their health regimen. But all that happened is Tom said, hey, we're doing a 5K at the Netflix festival, May 9th. And Bert's like, if they even hear this announcement. Hold on, Tom. Pause for 9 minutes while I laugh here. This is really good stuff. I can't even wrap my head around what he's laughing. Like, Bert's laugh has always been, it feels exaggerated or whatever, but I know what he's laughing at usually. I don't know what the fuck he's doing here.
you're a beginner or you weigh 400 or 500, 600 pounds, whatever your condition is, you can walk it, you can crawl it, you can get spit on as you do it, you can get run over by a golf cart, you can run as fast as you want.
We've almost done as many 5Ks as episodes this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's gonna be a wrap. This is it.
So that's all. That's the closest they get to mentioning that they were off. They're like, "Hey, we've done as many 5Ks as episodes this year." No, just a complete fuck you to the audience. No explanation. So they took off in August, I think, or sometime over the summer, and that's when they had Stavros and DeStefano fill in for them, which was almost like a bad idea because usually
the golden years, we call that.
Right, exactly. Usually what happens on a podcast is you have guys fill in and everyone's like, fuck them, this sucks. Like you're almost putting them in an unwinnable situation. What happened with Two Bears is people were like, yes, this should be the podcast. Just have Stav and Chris on every week. And so people, and then when Tom and Bert came back, people were like, oh, these guys again. So it was like this deflating thing for the podcast. And I think it opened a lot of people's eyes to the fact that they don't give a fuck anymore and they're not putting effort in or anything. But what's weird about this version now, this new comeback, is the last time we heard from them, they were like, we don't like doing this. And then they took a month off. And now they're like, all right, we're just doing it again, I guess.
Yeah. Just 5 feet away from the microphone now, apparently.
It's also weird. Like, it's a strange timing because the entire concept, the reason every comedian has a podcast is for basically self-promotion. You know what I mean? Like they promote their own dates and whatever else they've got going on through the podcast. Like it's a connection to the audience that they wouldn't have had in any other age of comedy. Bert did this weird thing where he has a TV show coming out and stopped podcasting. It didn't make any sense. It was really weird. I guess maybe he was out promoting other places, so he didn't have time for the podcast or something. I don't know. But we'll never know because they never explained it. They just stopped doing it, and now they're back, and they have nothing. Like, it's just a lifeless thing. I will say, to be totally fair, to not fall into the trap that I think a lot of other channels fall into, if you're like a Two Bears fan, I'm sure most of this episode was fine. It wasn't entirely mockable. But they do fall into the traps that we've heard them get into before, where like I don't know, I just don't know that they have anything relatable left to talk about. That's ultimately their biggest problem, particularly Tom. But like they just don't relate to their audience anymore, and they're pretending to. So let's get a little more into that.
This is it, guys. No, I mean.
Next one is sleep and sobriety.
Wouldn't we? You guys remember when Tom Segura was on Rogan? We broke it down, and you come back here every week, and you're like, Mike, when are we going to learn more about Tom's sleep schedule? Unfortunately, I don't have an update for you. The last we heard, Tom was waking up at a time, guys. I mean, you schlubs, you civilians at home probably aren't able to do this. Tom wakes up at 6 a.m. Can you believe that? It's crazy. Tom gets up at 6 a.m. and get this, he was going to bed around 10 p.m. Oh my God. It was fascinating when he was telling Joe Rogan that. I don't have an update on Tom's sleep schedule, unfortunately. I'm still digging. I know you guys, people are leaving. People are tuning out now.
We lost 80. We lost 80 viewers because of that.
Hold on. Stay with me. I do have an update on Bert Kreischer's sleep schedule. So turn those frowns upside down, kids. Let's see what Bert's been doing for sleep lately.
I'm sleeping 10 to 12 hours a night.
10 to 12 hours a night.
Dude.
First of all, I mean, who gives a fuck? Who possibly gives a shit, Bert? But that is a depressed man. 12 hours? You're sleeping half the day.
Depressed man and actual bears are the only ones that sleep 12 hours a day. He's hibernating, Mike.
And low T.
Yeah.
That is, well, I think they're on testosterone, so that can't be it. But like, they're clinically depressed, I think. There's no other. They're talking about it like, hey, good for you, man. Which I don't know why it became this like badge of honor, the amount of hours you sleep. But in their world, apparently it is. You got to look into that, Bert. That's frightening. 10 hours is a lot. Extending that to 12, going, even some nights I get 12 hours. Like, that's bad news.
Yeah. It's essentially saying, I'm purposeless. I don't really exist for any reason.
I don't think I did that, like, even in college, hungover. I don't think I ever slept 12 hours.
Hair of the dog, baby.
At my most depressed, I don't think I ever slept 12 hours. Like, that's frightening if you're sleeping 12 hours. And by the way, let's also not forget, these two guys are guys that'll tell you nonstop. If you're ever wondering how hard Tom and Bert work, turn on a podcast of theirs. They'll let you know. Oh man, my schedule is crazy. I'm burning the candle at both ends. I'm working so fucking hard, man. It's crazy how hard I work. And then I fly to another city and I work even harder there. I don't get to see my family. It's fucking crazy. Like, they love telling you how hard they work. And then you have this guy going, I sleep about 12 hours a night.
Mike,
Maybe it's those Zeb sleep.
Those Zem sleep, that's hilarious. Mike, I'm going to need you to cease and desist at once. I'm just paying attention to Bert here, and I just noticed something that changes the entire math.
What?
This man is wearing an Oregon Ducks hat. Mike, how dare you? How dare you talk about this man's sleep schedule? Like, this man needs to Ducks sleep differently, and sleep is important to a man this beautiful, and I'm a big Bert fan now. Thank you.
Let's get back to the clip.
On the road, I'm sleeping aggressively, like an 8th grader. Like,
are you taking something to sleep?
Nope. Tom, and I want to just preface this with, I am disgusted by sobriety talk. That's all that's in my feed. That's all that comes my way.
Now, hold on. Now you're probably saying, well, that means these guys don't do any talk about sobriety. You'd be wrong.
Okay? Yeah. Is some broken toy telling me how to live my life. Some fucking ex-whore from Philly telling me how to fucking optimize my life and telling me about BPC 157 and testosterone. You're so late to the fucking game. All of you fucking...
Whoa. First of all, this kind of came out of nowhere.
No, they're late to the game, Mike.
It felt a little targeted, like he was talking about specifically one lady, but...
She deserves it.
I don't know who he's talking about, but maybe she's not talking to you, Bert. You know what I mean? Like, if you already know about something, like, I don't seek out Instagram accounts that follow shows I've already watched and go, I know this already. Why are you telling me about this show? I watched it years ago. Like, just whatever, Bert. It's not for you, then, if you already know that. Who gives a fuck? Why? He's mad at some lady on Instagram because she's telling you about a drug. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Maybe I'd be interested in it. But this lady isn't allowed to talk about it because Bert already knows about it. So already, there's a lot going on, if I can try and piece it apart a little. They take a month off of podcasting. They tell you, I've been sleeping 12 hours a night.
And this is what we get when they come back. Really?
And fuck this lady for making Instagram videos that I don't like. Like that. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but maybe he explains it. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Bert.
That sounded very pointed.
Back when I was drinking, do you know what I used to do? I'd bring a water bottle full of vodka, and then if I didn't suck a guy's dick before the show started, and you're like, you're on a different page than I am, okay? Stop doing these testimonials. That's all I get. My whole feed is sobriety talk, and I'm exhausted. The only person I listen to when it comes to sobriety is Nick Swartzen. He seems to have, he's the most even-keeled motherfucker. And by the way, him talking about his sobriety is, him and Shia LaBeouf. Shia was refreshing. When he...
A fucking insane person.
Both of them have had recent run-ins with alcohol. Those are my heroes when it comes to talk about sobriety.
Well, like I like Nick Swartzen. I'm sure he does an interesting job talking about sobriety, or maybe he doesn't. But the idea that like only Nick Swartzen is allowed to make content like that is obviously so. And he's like, all of this is boring except for the ones I like. And then they go on to talk about sobriety for the first 10 minutes of the podcast. And it's like, Bert, you're saying this isn't interesting, but you're making it the focus of your podcast. And by the way, before they left, what were they talking about? This. They were talking about sobriety and getting healthy and how many hours a night they should sleep. It's the same horseshit. They don't realize they're criticizing. I keep saying they. Tom's not even really engaging. Bert is criticizing himself here.
he talked about freedom and wanting to be able to put your foot in the mysticism every now and then.
Yeah.
Dude, that interview with Shia was fucking incredible. We're put a pin in Shia and Nick, okay? Because we'll get back to that.
Yeah, sure.
They don't.
So I don't like talking about like sobriety and everything, but
yeah.
But I had, you know, obviously with the blood clot, I can't drink, and then I haven't leaned into weed yet because I haven't really, I never really like, I didn't turn a corner on like the enjoying the sobriety until too late.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I didn't.
listen to what's happening though. Bert's like, let's put a pin in that. Let's get back to talking about how boring sobriety talk is for a moment. We'll get to that later and talk about these fucking whores that talk about sobriety, these fucking pigs online that talk about sobriety. Let me tell you about my sobriety for a moment. Trashing the entire concept of it, and then literally says, let's take a break, and I'm going to tell you about my journey through sobriety.
Mm-hmm. Screw their comment feed. Look at my comment. My comment's the one that's important. And it is, because I'm just realizing now, Mike, he's also wearing an Oregon Duck sweatshirt. God damn, I love Bert Kreischer. God damn, I love you.
Didn't want to go right into weed to like try to find happiness immediately. And I've been now for a couple months not doing anything. Dude, I sleep like crazy. I sleep, close my eyes, and wake up easy every night 10 hours later. If I allow myself to go back to sleep, I sleep 12 hours.
It's not good.
Wait, you wake up after 10 hours and go, not enough.
Give me another 12.
And by the way, that also means I'm assuming a comedian is going to bed late. I would think Bert's, like on the weekends, Bert's shows probably don't get done until 11. You know what I mean? Like, so he's sleeping till noon? 1 He's a father and a businessman.
Yeah, you know how they have Sober October? They have Sleepy May, where they just sleep all of May away. They don't do anything in May. They just
It really is hibernating.
It is.
That's the craziest part to me. Like if you zonk out for 12 hours and you can't do anything to help it, that's one thing. And that's still crazy to me. But that's a different thing. He's waking up after 10 hours and going, I need a little more sleepy time. I need 5 more minutes.
Uh-oh, thoughts are going through my head. Back to sleep.
That's a depressed guy. And like I said, I used to be like a fan of theirs. I wouldn't call myself a fan anymore, but I have no hate for these guys at all. I'm concerned about Bert. Like that's frightening. That's like a clinically, as a man who's been through depression myself, I'm looking at that going, that's worrisome, Bert.
I'm starting to think there's like extra mercury in those expensive watches or something. Like there's something going on.
And listen, I'm not going to play therapist. Like he talks about in this podcast, him and his wife sleep in different rooms now. His kids are out of the house. Like it would be normal for him to be depressed, but for some reason he's presenting it as like things have never been better.
Well, I got to say, as an Oregon Duck fan, I felt pretty depressed, too, in the last few years. So I'm with you, Bert. I understand why. The next one here is Tom seems uninterested.
Well, you tell me. Listen to Bert's story here, and you guys tell me if Tom seems really into the... Tom is probably so glad the podcast is back, as you can tell in this clip.
Yeah. I would love weed, but I haven't had it yet. And so I'm just kind of like, I'm waiting till I don't think about it. Like... You know what I thought today, Tom? And I think me and you are the only ones, not the only ones, other people have been injured. But do you remember when you injured yourself and then you were like kind of going like timid on bench press and timid on squats? Mm-hmm. And then one day you didn't think about it and you just went for squats? That's what I'm going to do with weed.
One day you're just going to eat a bag of weed.
When I'm not thinking about it. Mm-hmm. When I'm not going like, I want something to turn the corner. And then I can't drink until, not counting, but July 12th. And so July 12th, I don't know if I'll drink that day or maybe like a month before, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. What's up with this Tarantino, Rosanna Arquette N-word thing?
Tom's just like any other subject. I don't give a fuck. Which I will say kind of fuck Tom for like someone else talking about their health and their regiment, and Tom's gonna undersell that. Like that's Tom's whole thing now, is being like, you're not gonna believe this, Joe. I work out and I eat better. and I've lost weight. No. That might seem simple to you. Let me spend 2 hours describing exactly what I mean. Like that's Tom's entire personality now is describing every facet of his daily regimen. So fuck him for not at least pretending to be interested in what Bert was saying. But I will say, we've criticized Tom for not being relatable. I don't know if he's had a more relatable moment than listening to Bert pontificate about his sobriety and going, yeah, I don't know. Is Tarantino doing something? Is there a new story?
You know what they need? They need a muse, right? These are two dry drunks just buying watches, going to desert comedy things, doing anything to replace like that urge to drink or smoke or whatever. They need one Stuttering John Melendez. We get Stuttering John Melendez in there. You turn these two sober guys on John. Come on, John, just try it. Not drinking for a month. That's going to be fun to watch for multiple months.
I think you're right in the sense that there's no punching bag on that show. I guess it's Bert at times. But yeah, it's just these two out-of-touch guys talking about their lives, where at least, I don't listen to Your Mom's House anymore. I assume the format is the same. Where at least on there, they'll play videos of idiots online and react to that, This is just like, how many hours are you sleeping? How many calories are you eating? Like, that's the whole podcast now for the most part, or talking about the news, as you heard. They get into this, Rosanna Arquette story, I guess. Like, so they'll just talk about the news because the premise of the podcast was them talking about their lives, and, they good for them for kind of graduating out of having interesting lives. Like, they're just out of touch rich guys now. So hats off to them for that, but they don't have interesting lives that are worth discussing on a podcast anymore. They're just two uninteresting, busy guys, which is great, but you can tell they hate doing podcasts, and it's a thing I really dislike, and even guys I like it are guilty of this. Guys I like, are guilty of this. Like Dan Soder and Stavros Halkias are always the two I mention. I hear Colin Terrell doing this a little bit. I hate the shtick of like, podcasting is so fucking lame, man. I wish I didn't have to do it. Don't do it. Promote your fucking dates on Instagram and go on other people's podcasts when you have something to promote. Don't do a podcast if you hate it so much. I don't get it. So I'm as a guy who likes podcasting, enjoys listening to them, I'm offended when I hear Bert and Tom just go through the fucking motions and not give a fuck about whatever horse shit they serve their audience.
Yes. Electra, if you're ready, we have a super chat here. And we'll get to another guy who podcasts, doesn't know if he loves it or hate it, but he keeps trying. Oh, he keeps trying.
Oh, yes, he sure does.
God, sorry, what happened to my voice? I'm so sorry. I missed you, Jimmy. $2.
Get a hold of yourself, Electra.
I know, really. I'm a little verklempt. Oh, thank goodness you're back. Missed you.
Thank you, buddy.
We
As
all
did
missed.
we.
Oh, didn't you hear the panties are dropping? Thank you.
That's right.
Colostomy Stephen Craig. Bert follows a sunspot around the house like my cat all day.
That's
he does have that energy.
He is. He's a cat. He's not a bear. He's a cat. My cats sleep 22 hours a day too.
Yeah, that's 12 hours a day is
That's
fucking
crazy.
nuts for a guy who runs multiple businesses. He's a father, a husband. Like, he has a life. What are you doing, Bert?
Well, if you're gonna do it in the off season of football. So at least he's got that part right. All right, Mike. Time to get into Joe Matarese sucking at another thing. Good job.
Well, hold your horses there, pal. Because I gotta say, Joe, if you see this segment, which I'm sure you will, which is bizarre to me, but keep at it. Keep doing this. I think Joe might have already given up, by the way, because I meant to check before the show and I didn't. But it had been 8 or 9 days since this episode was up, and there was no episode 2.
So, Electra, can you check to see if there's any new
Joe Matarese.
I will check. Yeah.
He may have already given up, which I think is a mistake. This is the best version of Joe Matarese's podcast, I think. Now, that's not saying much, but it's not horrible. because he has two other guys there that seem interested in doing it. However, now we're going to get into the real reason we're doing this. Joe is just always so misguided in the most lovable way. He never has an angle on anything other than, wouldn't it be interesting if you guys fixed all my problems? That's the only idea Joe has had in 20 years, and that's kind of the premise of this podcast, if there even is one. But for you WATS fans, you may have been following us cover Joe in his King of New Jersey stage of his career. That was too broad. I'm sorry. King of New Jersey is inaccurate. Joe Matarese has become the comedy king of one neighborhood in one New Jersey town. There is Joe has failed everywhere else in America, but on one specific street that he grew up on, he's the king. The last time, I think it was one of the last episodes of Who Are These Socials, me and Carl played clips from Joe's TikTok where he's like, you guys remember Jim's Hardware? Joe. He's like, I used to shop there. And they put him on their shoulders and carry him out. They're like, we went to Jim's Hardware. Joe would just talk about like the neighborhood he grew up in, and they were eating it up. So somehow Joe thinks that's his new niche. His new thing is being the king of one neighborhood in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Oh, what it's like to be king in Cherry Hill.
That's right.
All right.
Sorry.
It sounded like a drop you were playing.
It will be, Mike. It will be.
Do we have an answer, Electra?
Yes, I did check, and when I searched Joe Matarese, the first thing that came up was your show, The Blind Mike Project, with Joe Matarese in the title. And the second thing that came up was Joe Matarese, and there have been no more shows since 9 days ago.
Joe,
Yeah.
what's really crazy is they pre-recorded these. Like he gives hints that this is like early February.
So he gave up a long time ago. Okay.
So why release it if you have a second episode in the can?
Here's some more of my failures. Check it out, guys.
Yeah, all right, let's get into it. Enough teasing, you guys. Let's get into the podcast.
So my son's at Tampa. He started spring semester, which is, I guess he's been there 3 weeks.
Bikinis?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're getting these phone calls.
I was going to go there.
We're getting these phone calls that he's like, maybe I don't need to be here, and maybe I could come back. I could, maybe I could sleep in my room. I could go to Iona College. He says this to us, right? And we know, and you guys can, come at me with this because he's got a girlfriend now and he's been dating.
This is just how the podcast starts, by the way. No introduction or anything. It just starts like this.
Jesus, his son, bras, all this. What's going on? We have one.
This would be his son's podcast, not Joe's. This is nothing interesting about Joe's.
Some guy named K Heberger in chat says Joe drops these every other Thursday. So every 2 weeks he gives you one of these.
You know what? I don't hate that strategy. If you're Joe, why bombard us? Why bombard us every week? I guess.
Yeah, makes it fresh for the Blind Mike Project.
It's a little weird to pre-record them 2 months in advance. Then I think, because now these episodes are going to be pretty stale by the time they come out. But all right.
3 months, and I know that has a big piece to this situation. This really attractive girlfriend.
On the dress of the kid.
Yeah,
come on,
dude. When you told me
he
had a girlfriend like a month and a half before he was going to Tampa, what was he thinking?
Calling him every once in a while, FaceTiming him. I'm like, "What are you doing? Are you going out and doing stuff?" And he's like always in his room. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I go, "Have you gone to the pool yet?"
Scott wants to ask a question.
With the Jumbotron.
I feel it.
That's what I said to him. I go, have you gone to the pool yet? You know what he says to me? This is a bad sign.
What?
He goes, why would I go to the pool? It's just a bunch of girls getting tan. That's what he said. And I was like, oh,
My
no.
kids are fucking fanook. You believe it? My kids are fucking fagula. Just 3 fucking meatballs going, the kid's gay. Do you believe it? Like, that's how they start the new podcast. And by the
All right,
way,
it's a winner.
Joe's co-host, Joe said, all right, I'm not enough of a stereotypical greasy dago. Who do I go? It's the owner of Vito's Pizza here, who's literally like the mafia character in fucking The Simpsons. Joe Montana's character.
This could definitely be a backdrop in any Sopranos episode ever. These guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Johnny
it's got to
would
be
never
the
say-
girlfriend.
My son Johnny would never say that.
Johnny would be at the pool meeting class.
My boy, he ain't no fucking fag. Like Joe's kid.
My boy fucks tanning bitches. Tan and fuck. That's what my boy does.
The podcast starts. Joe hasn't done a podcast in 3 or 4 years. And he's like, all right, I've been saving it up. I think my kid's gay. Now, but also, there's a couple things going on here. Also, the kid has a girlfriend. That's why he's not going out. Joe's like, why aren't you fucking chasing Trim and banging Beaver out there? And he's like, I don't know, Dad, I have a girlfriend. Leave me alone. But you can hear Joe trying to relive his college days, where he's like, I'm calling my son every day, like, hey, you smashing puss? You getting drunk down there? And he's like, no, I've sort of had my nose in the books so far. And he's like, what? You a fucking homo, boy? Why aren't you fucking smashing cunt down there?
You got to get your gamoil, your girlfriend, your side piece.
Go down to the pool and send your father some pics. Jesus Christ. Leave him alone.
In the blood.
All right, broad appeal this show has now.
Okay, yeah. So this is what Joe is zeroed in on something, and he's like, I think I've captured lightning in a bottle here, and he delivers it on this podcast. He delivered on TikTok, and now he said, I need to, the next frontier that I have to dominate is podcasting. So let's hear. I think this is going to be the real hook of the show here. Great intro.
It's pizza, Mike. They're showing pizza. Just so you know, we have an Italian theme.
I didn't think it was Italian enough yet, Joe. That's good. Well, I should say, you can keep the intro music playing if you like.
Okay, it's so loud.
But
All right, everybody.
all right, hold on, Joe. The name of this podcast is, was it 3 Guys, 1 Booth? 3 Dagos,
Yes.
1 Booth?
3 friends, 1 booth.
Can we stop? 2 Girls, 1 Cup was 20 years ago.
I think it was longer. I think it was like 30 years ago.
Can we stop with the play on words? We got it. We just talked about 2 Bears, 1 Cave. Enough. We get it. You are really burying this joke into the ground. But these are 3 Guidos, 1 Booth. If you can believe that. This is just us fucking spilling the tea. Or spilling the gravy, I should say.
I love it. He also had a giant like poster. I don't know what it is. It's like a sheet made that says 3 friends, 1 booth with Vito's Pizza all over it and his advertising.
What else did he
that
show?
doesn't exist anymore.
Pinky rings and
Yes.
The Sopranos. What else did he show in this stupid intro? It wasn't Italian enough for me, Joe.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. You're listening right now to the first episode ever of let's say it correctly,
Welcome
3
back.
Friends.
First episode ever.
Welcome back. You guys, you're probably pretty comfortable. This is the first episode.
Who is it? Is that Quantum? Is he talking to people who are entangled in another dimension? How do we watch something that's been around?
Well, so what I thought, and we're going to get more into this because I'm pretty sure when I was checking in on Joe's TikTok, clips of this podcast have existed for a while.
He did clips first.
I think they've been recording episodes and just like releasing clips, and there's evidence of that later, as we'll hear. But
So what we do is we release clips, we build up the energy, and then we release the show that they already saw.
You got to make people wonder, where is this podcast?
And then when they find it, it's the exact same thing they already saw, except longer and more boring.
That's right.
Amazing, Joe.
One booth. We're here at Vito's Pizza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You know what's funny, Johnny?
Well,
Johnny, I pulled it up on Map well, not MapQuest. Does anyone even say MapQuest anymore?
Joe,
You do.
please. You're 77 years old, please.
MapQuest.
You got the
That should
Thomas
be-
guide or something?
That should have been a sign for Joe that he's like, oh, I shouldn't do a podcast anymore. Joe's not that old. Like, I don't even think he's 60 yet. The idea that he's calling it MapQuest should have maybe been a signal like, oh, I don't know anything. I'm completely out of touch with society. I shouldn't be on a podcast. But he soldiers on.
MapQuest.
I pull it up online and it says Ashland, and I'm like, that's Cherry Hill.
know.
It's not Ashland.
Look at the
Get him,
Are
Ashland.
we
Joe.
in Ashland right now?
Isn't that the
We're
Ashland
on
Fire
Woodcraft.
Station right there? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
they call it Ashland.
Yeah, it's a bunch of crap.
So we're in Ashland. Who knew? All these years, 561 Berlin Road.
I used to play PAL hockey at the Ashland PAL hockey court.
Oh, I
Give me the specific address.
Possibly give a fuck. I remember I'd wave to Mrs. Johnson. You guys all know Mrs. Johnson, right? Sweet lady.
I want to make that address the title of the show, can I?
What was it? 561?
Yeah, let's go back here a little bit.
knew? All these years, 561 Berlin Road.
I used to play
561 Berlin Road.
Berlin Road. You guys remember the times we'd have there?
PAL hockey at the Ashland PAL hockey court.
Oh, I used to too. I remember that. Yeah, right around the corner there.
I knew directions were coming from
Right around the corner there. I mean, I don't need to tell you guys at home, but remember when you'd turn the corner and the butcher shop would be there right there, and Tony would always give us a hard time down at the butcher shop. I'm glad Tony never met my son, the fag, but you know how Tony was.
Next segment is What Is This?
All right, this I think is where we really find out what Joe. So Joe's been tinkering. Joe's been in the lab.
Oh no!
And he said, "All right, no podcast I've ever attempted has even come close to working, but this, I think, finally, I've got an idea. Let's see the direction of this podcast."
Well, let's get to the top of the podcast. So we're sponsored by Vito's Pizza, which Johnny owns. We're here, Johnny Flea, right here. Thanks for letting us do that. Thanks for this is going to be fun doing the podcast here in Vito's Pizza, where I used to hang out when I was young. And then DFX is Sound and Light. Yes. Gene, your business is sponsoring the podcast also.
First of all, these are not sponsorships. Okay, you know what, guys? I shouldn't say that. Let me interrupt for a moment and do our first ad read. Today's program is brought to you by Blind Mike's Kitchen, where all my... I go upstairs and I say hello to the girls, and they always treat me very nice. And they've sponsored this program. It's a great partnership we've got with Blind Mike's Kitchen. Thank you to Blind Mike's Kitchen for sponsoring today's program. And I mean, they're always busy over there at Blind Mike's Kitchen, but we appreciate them taking a few minutes to sponsor today's show. And today's show is also brought to you by Casey Day.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to help.
The people on the podcast can't sponsor it, Joe.
That is funny. It is like Electra and I sponsoring the Blind Mike Project.
It'd be so sad. And people would be like, "Aw, poor Mike." Electra and Casey have to sponsor him. Yeah, the podcast is brought to you by Vito and Gene, my co-hosts.
We got some cartoon tits sponsoring my show today.
It's the most patronizing thing for them to go, "Hey, Joe, very good. You've got a nice little podcast here. We're going to sponsor you." He's like, "Oh, you mean it, guys?"
He looks sad in these guys' restaurants. They come up to him or whatever. "What's going on, Joe?" "I just can't get this thing worked. I can't find a sponsor." Well, Joe, we can help you out.
Either this Vito guy is the most charitable guy, like he just likes Joe and is trying to take care of him, or he's a fucking dope. Because we covered it a few times on Who Are These Socials, where Joe would make these TikToks and he's like, Hey, Globe. Like, he would just put this out on TikTok. "Hey, Planet Earth, stop by Vito's Pizza on Berlin Road in fucking Cherry Hill, New Jersey." Like, he would do these sponsorships on TikTok for some reason to his audience that could be from anywhere, but he's promoting this pizza shop. So either this guy's being very nice to Joe and throw him a few bucks, or doesn't know how promotion works in any way, shape, or form.
He
But
throws
not
Joe
only
a
that-
slice every now and again. You get a slice, Joe.
Yeah, he's very sweet to Joe. Give him an extra meatball.
Yes.
And so these are the sponsors for the program. Let's see what else they got cooking.
Filming this whole thing.
And
in
you're
audio.
all this equipment is because of you guys, and you're based in Berlin, down on the Berlin Circle.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
The Berlin Circle, Mike. You know, that's like 5 miles from 5605 Atoll Avenue, or where the fuck he said.
You're hearing more about Berlin Road than you heard about fucking Hauser Street on All in the Family. Like, who gives a fuck?
West Berlin, New Jersey.
Is that how we say it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
It's not a borough.
So basically, let's get back to the conversation here about my son here.
My
Talk
gay-
about the faggot.
enough. Listen, enough about Berlin Road. We could talk about Berlin Road till we're blue in the face. Let's talk about how fucking gay my son is, huh?
Enough pizza. Let's talk faggy sons.
And this is Joe's entire identity is, but my kid's 18. He doesn't have the same interests I had when I was 18. That's his whole personality now. Is like, guys, I don't know if you've noticed this. Times have changed. The world now isn't like it was in the 80s. Can you believe that? It's fucking nuts.
We were talking pepperoni. Now let's talk a little sausage. My son.
Here,
Let's do that.
I gotta have a talk with him.
Yeah, dude. He's
I
a
don't even know.
backhand.
I gotta have a talk.
He's not, dude.
If I have a talk with him,
I want to tell you
You'll
the
have the
problem.
talk. We should
That's
get him
your
on.
son's Leotardo talking about fucking Vito and the Sopranos. We'll have a talk with this fucking fanook.
We'll straighten that other goal out.
on the
We should bring
podcast.
him
You know,
in.
we talk.
We should bring him in. Jesus Christ.
Bring him in for a talk. We'll set him straight. Poor Matarese.
Interviews.
Shower at school.
Jesus Christ. Interview skill is the next one.
Yeah, so the podcast has no identity. It's just like, hey, let's talk about Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and my homo son.
And pizza.
But this is where Joe really cranks it up a notch, and he uses his, at least a decade in podcasting. Like Joe's a veteran podcaster now, and he uses his instincts and his cunning here. It's very to kind of say, because let's not forget Vito and Gene, his buddies here. These are rookies. They've got a lot of pizzazz, and they bring a lot of energy to the podcast. But Joe's the old savvy veteran. He's got to steer the ship here. So let's see what he's got left in the tank.
He's the capo.
And I can remember at that age, 18 years old, having my first girlfriend. I don't know if you remember having your first girlfriend or what it was like.
Dude, he was.
Were you guys queer like my son, or did you date girls?
Yeah, what kind of asshole did you go into? Harry? Not? Let us know.
Girlfriend.
He was dating models at like 10.
thank you.
You're welcome.
It was the same.
And talk
I mean,
into
it
the
was
mic,
same.
Johnny.
I am talking into
There you go.
You say this every time
You bought him. You might as well talk into him.
we do this. I gotta chew on this thing.
These guys have an opportunity here. If these guys turn Joe into kind of the punching bag, they might have a show. I don't know enough about Gene and Vito to know if they have the what it takes to accomplish that. But they might have something here. It's not impossible that they could pull something out of this podcast.
You know what we need? We need to send Ron the waiter in to meet with these guys and do some consulting, because he knows how to come in as just a nobody and then take over.
We don't let that kind in here, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, I guess. Yeah, wrong kind.
Fucking thing's gigantic. You want me to chew? I'm trying to relax here. I mean,
right.
you know.
So who was
Is this
it?
good enough? Because
First
you're really
girlfriend.
something with this.
Who was it? Who was first girlfriend?
I went out with a girl, Janine.
At what age?
Cups' daughter. I was 15,
Who the heck
14.
is
She
Cups?
was one of my.
You got these names, Cups. Where do you get
Johnny
these names?
Cupcakes, the best God rest his soul.
Who cares? Wrong question.
Cups, Johnny Cupcakes.
While what age did you date your first girlfriend is uninteresting to me. That's the direction they want to go. I'm fine with that. I'll allow that. For Joe to go, what was her name? Who gives a shit? And then he's like, I was Cups' daughter. And the instinct by Gene to go, now you got to tell me, who's Cups? You don't remember Cups? He lived off of Berlin Road. Oh, what am I? Fucking Shadrul? Of course I know Cups.
Yeah, it's one with the young daughter with the tits.
That I was fucking banging back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Not like Joe's merry son.
I was banging models while you were a baby.
2 at a time.
Banging models at 10. These guys.
Making
Italians
my
are
bones
hilarious.
for fucking cheerleaders.
We don't comment enough. Italians are hilarious. They're just hilarious people.
Best guy. Joey knows him. Best guy ever.
Good guy?
Cups?
Great guy. Johnny Cupcake.
Johnny Cupcake?
Johnny Cups. Was Johnny Cups? I like Gene going, good guy?
He made?
No. I got to tell you, Gene, and I hate to reveal this on a platform such as this, actually not a good guy, Cups. Not a great guy. What if the answer was no? Where are we going to go with that, Gene? Who gives a shit if he was a good guy?
The guy on the right here looks like the guy that reports back to Tony in The Sopranos. Yeah, Johnny Cups, his cup spilleth over. Like after you whacked him.
Not going to see him no more, Johnny Cups.
These guys' cups are very dry. I can tell.
We all tried a cup joke. Look at us.
Best guy ever.
Why'd they call him that?
He used to rob tasty cakes off the truck. I'm not kidding.
Really?
I'm not kidding. When I tell you,
Take the tasty cake?
I mean, I'm just, class act guy. Best Johnny.
Joe's loving it. Hold on. Let's rewind. I want to hear Joe's reaction again. That's why they call Cups that. Get out of town.
Great guy.
We don't know Cups. Who gives a shit how he got his nickname? You introduced him 5 seconds ago. It was the whore's daughter, the whore's dad that you were dating. Who gives a shit?
We know where he lived. That's all we know about him. We know his address. That's all you gave us, Johnny.
Johnny
listen, he was the Pope of Berlin Road. I know that
Yes.
much.
Johnny
That's all you need to know about Cups.
Cupcakes?
Best guy ever.
Why'd they call him that?
He used to rob tasty cakes off the truck. I'm not kidding.
Really?
I'm not kidding. When I tell you,
Take the tasty cake?
I mean, I'm just, class act.
That is vintage Cups. That is classic Cups if I've ever heard it.
He also like ding dongs, Cups. He took cupcakes and ding dongs.
Guy, best Johnny was the best. The whole family.
I could listen to this guy though. This Italian guy.
Yeah.
He used to rob tasty cake. Like I'd like to hear more about him. I'm interested in.
Just go through the neighborhood and tell us who everyone is. That's all we need, a description of the neighborhood.
But like that might lead somewhere. Like when you were kids, if you were stealing tasty cakes off of, like that could lead somewhere. But instead, Joe's instinct is like, what did his neighbor do for work? Tell me the occupation of everyone in the neighborhood and their names.
You know what they're doing, Mike? They're playing Mafia games, which is the next segment.
Oh, good. I was just thinking, because I forgot about this clip. And I was just thinking to myself, God, this podcast isn't Italian enough.
It isn't.
I wish they would get a little more Italian. So this is Joe's next idea.
Funny Joey Sticks.
So what would my nickname be?
Funny Joey.
Funny Joe. I do get that one a lot.
No,
I saw.
Like when you call a tall guy tiny or something, you know? Funny Joey.
So, Mike, what's happening here is there is a microphone set up, and this is like a guest or just a patron of the restaurant who's come to ask Joe and the crew a question.
Oh, you're incorrect. You might think he's a patron of the restaurant. It's another one of their fucking buddies that wasn't good enough to host the podcast. But Joe says, let's take some questions from the audience, which, boy, are they're using the word audience very liberally. It's one of the fucking cooks or busboys comes over and says, like, where do you get your ideas from, Joe? Or some generic question. Or, hey, do you remember Cheryl from high school?
Yeah, we're looking at the audience now. It is two dudes who look like they're waiting for their order from the pizza place.
Yeah. So go back. Gene submits, I think your nickname would be Funny Joey. Great nickname, by the way. Really rolls off the tongue. Funny Joey. And let's hear how Joe reacts to that.
Family. Funny Joey Sticks.
So what would my nickname be?
Funny Joey.
Funny Joe. I do get that one a lot.
Oh,
On my
I
softball team, they call me Joe.
Funny
Joey
Funny
Balboa.
Joe. Funny
Everywhere I go, they're like, hey, you're the funny guy, right? You're the hilarious comic, yes?
Joey Jokes is sitting right there. It's just sitting right there.
That's how you know Joe hasn't made it. Because I don't imagine around his friends. Like we talked about fucking Kevin Hart earlier. I don't imagine Kevin Hart's friends are like, hey, you're the comedian, right? You're the funny guy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's Joe's hobby, is that he pretends to be a comedian. Let's call him
I think it's
Funny Joey.
I think it's more like when they call fat people slim. They're calling him Funny Joey because he's never made a person in the neighborhood laugh.
Right, yeah,
That's why they call him Funny Joey. Yeah.
Joke. It's just because I do
Joey
stand up.
Balboa. All he did is freaking Sylvester Stallone and Rocky 24 hours a day, and he had his
Joe
walk
Rocky.
around. Yeah,
Rocky Joe. That'd
Even
be a
back
good
then,
one.
even back then, you did it.
Dude, he used to walk around. He used to
Rocky
have
is
his bike.
someone else's name. It's not your nickname, jackass.
Rocky Joe would be great. Hey,
Rocky Joey.
Podcast canceled. I'm doing something new. It's called Rocky Joe. What the fuck?
I like I like the movie Superbad. They call me Jonah Hill Mike. Make me fucking sense.
Oh my god.
Oh, that one might.
with the-
I worry.
Jonah Hill Mike might be the title.
I worry that.
Jonah Hill Mike. Chat, don't call him Jonah Hill Mike. Cardiff, I see you in there.
Rocky Joey.
Rocky Joe. It
the
doesn't.
freaking with a boombox, listening to Rocky and imitating him all day long on his bike.
You were a pioneer, Joe.
I was.
You were a
Back
pioneer.
when you had the tape recorder with the yellow button, the orange button, and the
If
play
you would have
button.
drove by our corner in South Philly, would have got the speaker, smashed it over your head, robbed your bike. Who's this jerk off coming?
We would listen to the whole Rocky movie while we were doing our paper routes.
He says we. It was
Not
him
an
and-
identity. Liking the film Rocky is not an identity, Joe. Jesus Christ.
He knows how to scale, too. The guy's like, yeah, we beat people over the head and took their money. Joe's like, and we had paper routes.
Joe has
Not
tried.
even involved.
Joe tried a few years ago a Rocky podcast where they talk about the movie Rocky.
We all know Kyle Dunnigan is the only Rocky and Sly that's allowed. In
But,
this
like, if you want to do an episode about, if you do a movie podcast, you should absolutely do an episode about Rocky. I don't know how you would expect to come back every week and be like, all right, where did we leave off last week? Ah, yes, Rocky was a good film.
Yeah. We're going to analyze stairs this week. Outdoor stairs and how to climb them while running.
Episode 2, Retards Love the Zoo.
I had a paper out when I was in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Is Electra on a different frequency? I wonder, because sometimes they're
I think so.
shining. Like they fit conversations we've had, but never at the exact right time.
I know.
I told her to try some LSD before the show, see how that works out for us. It's working wonderful, I think.
I had a
I'm
paper
loving it.
Very good, Electra.
I had such a
Thank
good
you,
turtle
Mike.
line, too, about Rocky. Oh. But anyway, here we go. Let's get back.
But
You don't see a lot of paper girls, I will say. I feel like it's always paper boys.
That
You
is
were-
true.
you were breaking that glass ceiling, Electra. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Did you throw them or set them gently on the stoop?
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
I did. I made something out of it, and I thought we could all move on. I didn't think we'd spend more time on it.
I got 20 questions.
who's this jerk off coming?
We would listen to the whole Rocky movie while we were doing our paper routes.
He says we. It was him and Mike.
Him and Mike. So, Gene, what would be your, what do you think, Gene?
Mike, I didn't know you had a
Great,
paper route.
great instinct, Joe. What would Gene's nickname be? We don't know Gene. We just met him. This is the first episode.
Mean
all-
rhymes with it.
Let's all give each other nicknames.
I like that. I think we should do that. Next thing here is Joe needs advice.
Okay. Oh God, I forgot about that. So if you haven't followed Joe as long as I have, if you don't go back to the Fixing Joe days, which maybe I'll. We did an episode about the great Fixing Joe episode where Joe Matarese had Anthony Cumia, Jim Norton, and Artie Lang on and said, I know what I'm going to do with these three great comedic minds, these legends in radio and comedy. I'm going to have them on and seriously ask them how I can fix my life and expect a genuine answer. And Joe was mocked mercilessly. It led to a great era of Red Bar and 3 documentaries from Porcelain breaking down Joe Matarese. Like that's where all that led. And Joe's like, no, that's still the best idea I've had is having other people give me advice. So let's hear him here. He has not relented.
Well, maybe I was thinking maybe you guys give me some advice how I can motivate him because I've You
can bring him
do you
here,
go
bring
through
him
that
here.
with your kids? I am the worst at motivating my. I send
Couldn't even motivate my kid to be straight.
a
By
motivation.
the way, his son has a girlfriend.
He hates his son. Jesus.
He started this by like, they're like, oh, he got a girlfriend a month and a half before leaving for college, which is stupid. As an adult, you know that's ultimately a stupid thing, most likely. Maybe they'll get fucking married, Joe. Who knows? Why are you ashamed that your son has a girlfriend? And by the way, they're filming this in February. Like, he left for college presumably in August. So they've been together some time now. And he's like, what do I do, guys? You got to give me advice. How do I make my son less of a fucking homo? What do I do here?
Flash forward a year, he's going to be like, you guys keep bringing up my kids. Why do you keep bringing up my kids?
He's sitting at the wedding like, how do I get him to bang more chicks?
You go through that with your kids? I am the worst at motivating my. I send him motivational clips from the internet all the time, and he's just like, Dad, like you can't get through to these kids now. They got the video games in their freaking room.
You got to text him.
I text just
like if I want Johnny, like John, he don't answer. I just text him.
I'm glad you went to him for advice, Joe. This clearly is a mind that should have been brought in for advice. I send him links. No, you got to text him. Like, he's not even on the same planet. This guy's not even listening.
I sent him cat posters.
They're not listening, you text them. The kids and they're texting. These kids love their texting. You get them a Pokemon card and you text them. You text it to them.
He's right there working.
But do you ever give him life advice?
Yeah, I give him life
Does he listen?
I mean, I hope.
He's here.
I hope he listens.
Where is
He's here working.
He's here.
Joe, I'm sure your advice isn't good. You send him Rocky quotes, and he's like, Dad, I got it. He's an underdog, and he ends up, he doesn't win, but like just the effort is what people appreciate. I understand. I get the metaphor.
This gets us into food, because he was talking about his son who's working at the restaurant.
These Dagos love their fucking food. These Gindaloons.
So what do we got here?
You want me to cut this?
Yeah,
you want me to serve you, Joe?
No, you don't have to serve me, but tell everybody what it
A
is.
chicken parm over penne.
I'm telling you, the podcast is to get free food. I'm telling you, Mike, he is.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Joe has worked. That's why, excuse me, that's literally the only reason he's doing it here, is because he's found a guy who will give him free stuff or pay him for whatever sponsorship Joe has tricked him into believing exists.
Yeah. Blind Mike Project, now from the Olive Garden. Free soup, salad, and breadsticks for all staff. Thank you.
It wouldn't even be like, but it wouldn't be the Olive Garden. It would be like if my buddy owned a restaurant. It isn't paying me, but
No, I'm saying
I would say the name of his restaurant.
Yeah, no, I want the Olive Garden. I want those goddamn breadsticks all day. Get us in there.
It's a chicken parm over penne. What do you charge for that here at Vito's Pizza? Is this a popular dish?
$48.
What's the most?
It was sold as a blue light special. It's a blue light special today. It's $14.
Price just went up today.
What's the most?
Everything's good here, Joe.
But what's the most popular dish that you sell the most?
Pizza.
The pizzas.
And
what? At a fucking pizza place?
It's called Vito's Pizza.
He's sitting at Vito's Pizza, and he's
Tater
like,
Tots show.
"What's the? Let me think here. Now let me put on my podcast hat. What? By the way, even if the answer weren't pizza, I can't imagine caring. If he's like, Joe, you're not going to believe this. Chicken broccoli Alfredo is the most popular. What? Who would give a fuck?
If he said cheese, that might be interesting, but it's called Vito's Pizza. What's your number one sell? Joe, you're an idiot. What's your number one sell?
Dinners. And the dinners.
Which dinner is the most popular?
I think chicken parm's probably popular.
A chicken
Chicken
parm.
Marcel is popular.
Grilling, this is. He's like, I'm not going to let you off that easy. What's the most popular? Don't give me that pizza bullshit. What's the best thing that comes on a plate? That's what I'm asking you, you son of a bitch. Really holding his feet to the fire here. And by the way, another stunning answer. I can't believe the most popular dish is chicken parm. Whoa!
Popular?
You know, you can't get chicken parm in Italy. They don't make chicken parm in Italy.
Why not?
It's just an American dish. You
They
can't.
don't.
Why not? Who gives a
I
fuck?
didn't know that.
Who gives a shit about his Snapple fact?
It seems to be an infomercial for Vito's Pizza, Mike. I think that we've learned that's all this.
There's a little bit of that. I would have been more interesting if it were an infomercial for Vito's. Instead, he keeps going back to, but my son, my son has this fucking girlfriend, which makes me think he's gay. I can't motivate him to get out and fuck more chicks.
Yeah, the show's about deprogramming homosexuals and sauce. It's fun.
Jackass sending his son TikToks going, why doesn't he respect me?
Best of recap is the next one.
Now, this is interesting. I mentioned this earlier. I've never, and hats off to Joe for continuing to innovate. I've never listened to the first episode of a podcast, and I've listened to many podcasts. I've never heard anyone on the first episode go, man, let's think of all the highlights of this podcast. But by God, they manage to do a best of within the first episode. And I'd love to know what they're talking about. Like I said, I think they recorded a bunch of episodes that were just for TikTok or something.
Oh.
All right, so let's go ahead to a good remember when, a good back in the day, which is probably why this show kind of started, this podcast. I don't know if you guys notice of what clips blow up and which. Dude, some of our videos that did really well in the past, I actually did stand-up about the video afterwards, and now I'm posting the stand-up about our videos, and now the stand-up videos getting all kind of views on social media.
So he's doing, hey guys, I made a video and I'm going to tell you about it. That's what his stand-up is? Recapping his videos?
Maybe a clip like, I appeared here. I got lost there.
So that would be like me getting on stage and going, all right, last week we talked about Brendan Schaub, and I'm going to tell you about it right now.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Like,
the clown. The clown and
was a star.
Brigantine.
The Brigantine.
The scalping you did.
We all remember the clown. What are they talking about? They're talking about highlights of the podcast. Joe's like, we put out all these highlights and they explode on social media, and now I'm doing them as part of my stand-up. And they're like, you remember the clown story? This is the first episode. What are they talking about?
It's like one of those movies. It's like that new Superman where you catch it like in the middle of the story, so you don't have to like get caught up on what's going on. It just drives you right into the action.
Does anyone know what he's referring to? He's like, they're doing this retrospective on a podcast that didn't exist the week prior.
Actually, that's art. If what he is doing is that's actually funny and creative.
He's not doing that. You start with the last episode.
Yeah.
And you're like, guys, we're ending the podcast. What a run it's been. You play highlights. And then the next week you go, hey, guys, sad announcement. Next week's the last podcast.
It's our last one. The penultimate one.
You do the podcast backwards.
That is amazing. It's the Benjamin Button podcast. That is beautiful. You've created something here. Next one here is Ball Breakers.
Okay, now this really gets to the core of Joe's entire problem. So these guys are breaking his fucking sausage, you know? They're busting his chops, as these Italians sometimes do. And listen to Joe. This is a comedian saying this. And it's Joe's problem when he was talking to Artie and Anthony and Norton, and it's his problem a decade later. He's not figured it out.
Gene always busted balls. I mean, that's just because you know where it comes from, usually. Everybody knows it. The people that bust balls usually are the most insecure.
I was totally insecure.
They can't
That's
take
not true.
it.
I was totally insecure.
That's not true.
You don't think?
Because we break balls constantly.
Now I'm not.
And I like to
But it's usually, don't you
Now I
find
can
that it's easier to break balls on somebody who isn't like a ball breaker, like who's a nice guy?
Dude.
They're easier to slam,
Dude,
right?
Angelo.
Like I'm an
Stretch.
easy target.
Joe, you're a comedian.
I'm an easy target. Nice guys with big dicks, you know? Aren't they easy targets?
That's who always gets made fun of. These handsome, nice, intelligent, funny guys. That's who all constantly. That's who people just throughout time. That's who people go after. Joe, you're a professional comedian, and you're like, oh, this fucking pizza guy and evidently a light salesman or whatever Gene does. They're always breaking my stones. I can't get one over on these guys. I'm an easy target. You're a comedian, Joe. Why is it constantly Joe is like this perpetual victim where he's like, I guess I'm just easy to make fun of. No, make fun of them back, Joe. What's the big deal?
Imagine if I could tell a joke about them. That would be great. Anyway, this pizza's great.
That's that's the core of a lot of the people we talk about. John, Opie, any of these people, and Joe's like this as well, where it's like, let me look inward here for a second. What is the problem with me? Oh, God, of course it was right there. I'm a great guy, and that's why people make fun of me. Like when John says, "Why are all these people my enemy?" Because I'm famous, or whatever you know what I mean? Like it's the same thing with Joe, where it's like, "Oh, these people make fun of me because I'm so nice."
They're all jealous.
Yeah,
easy target, soft target.
Yeah. I'm a terrific guy, and they're evil, and that's why every podcast I've ever done gets made fun of.
Much like my son, I'm low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I'm glad we talked about this now. That was not bad, actually. That took me a second.
Okay, thank you.
I'm glad we talked about this now because, like me, I'm sure many of you got gassed up for the first episode. Saw one didn't come out this week, and said, I guess Joe gave up. But in a brilliant strategy, he said, let's leave him wanting more. Let's do it every 2 weeks. So I look forward to the next 3 friends, 1 booth. Very good.
We're never gonna learn about the clown. That's the saddest part about it to me.
And when he does do his next episode, can we all order pizza from that restaurant and just like prop up their sales exponentially?
We should talk about that Vito's. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Can I get 50 chicken parms, please?
Oh yes.
No problem. We're so used to making them.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna send them to your faggy son. All right, we got some super chats here.
Super chats.
Electra, if you would.
Mineranza. Hi, Mike. Have some money.
Thanks, buddy. It's too kind of you. I appreciate it.
That is kind.
You sound good now, Electra. Whatever you did, you cleared it up. Good job.
I'm leaning in towards my mic.
Nice.
Tell me
Drew
more.
Cephas, $2. Thank you for sending over your check, Cardiff, the backstabber.
Oh,
Mike, could you actually say thank you for sending over your chat? There's people in the chat that just keep spamming that until you say it.
No, I really don't think that's necessary. I really don't.
You don't have to.
What are we talking about?
No, Cardiff sent his people. It's not an OJ situation. Stand down, everyone.
No, it's a situation, and I think we should just bypass it.
The situation. I'm sure it's fine.
We got
very nice.
Protective Mama Bear, Haku Brennan, gifted 1 Blind Mike project. Thank you so much. And then also, Mike, we have we have over here a membership chat, a couple membership chat, or just one. Here we go.
Brando 807 celebrates 8 months of membership. Only 1 more month till we have a Blind Mike Brando baby. There better be GD Fendi content in this episode, or I'm coming to Western Mass and pissing in that pool.
Oh, there is GD Fenderson. Although I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we have time for GD. We'll have to save it for another.
Yeah, and turns out that GD Fenderson in chat was not the real GD Fenderson. Well, I can't actually prove that. He had 0 subscribers, so it could be the real GD Fenderson.
Him. Yeah. No, that's not a joke. It could be him.
It might be, actually.
She was winding up for it, though, and I appreciate it. One more here, Electra.
Ramrod 54 celebrates 4 months of membership. Ojeda for Congress.
Yeah, it's getting to be about that time. Get out there and vote. Campaign for Richard Ojeda. Very exciting.
Yep.
That is going to be amazing to have a congressman on this show. That is going to be awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to him about his platform.
I'll be like, hey, slip us them Epstein files, the unredacted ones. We could get UFO stuff, Mike. We could get all sorts of fun stuff.
Definitely.
And Kimboli 9111 gifted 5 Blind Mike Project memberships. Thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you. Very, very kind of you.
And yes, that was Mike with the yeehaw. All right. Speaking of people, JASLEEN Singh.
Yes, JASLEEN Singh is back. I was very excited to see this. And as often happens, I think the interviewer might be even douchier. That's how he found people like Coach HP. This guy's a real horse's
Boogie.
ass. What,
And Boogie.
That's another one. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, put this guy in that category because he seems to be a real insufferable dope. Talking to JASLEEN Singh. But JASLEEN Singh, kind of went into hibernation. Her podcast ended, which she will discuss. And I probably defended JASLEEN Singh more than most. Not that I really was on her side, but I thought there was too much made of the whole Akaash incident. Like, there are things where it's like, yeah, I don't necessarily think she's lying about, she was trying to be funny with a lot of that stuff. Like, I don't think that necessarily means she fucked a bunch of guys before she got with Akaash or anything like that. Like, she was a person attempting to be funny and isn't really, and she doesn't have a personality, so she was trying to create one out of thin air. And I think you see a lot of that in this interview. To me, this interview is much worse than anything she did before the Flagrant podcast or anything like that. Because this is just indicative of someone who wants to be known, wants to be famous, but has nothing to offer. Like, just a completely empty, vapid person, as we'll see in this interview. So let's get started.
That sounds like a description of me.
No,
No,
that's not
get
good.
out of here.
I,
Get out of here.
I was going to say we call that on the West Coast here a Kardashian.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
talentless nothing.
Sure.
All right, new podcast.
Topical.
Thank you for having me. I'm like so excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you, and I probably shouldn't say this, but
Okay.
I rarely, in a long time, I haven't been excited to do a pod,
Aw.
which is why.
That's good. Off to a good start. Yeah, hey, usually I'm feeding you guys horse shit. Usually I hate this. But when I saw that we could get JASLEEN Singh. By the way, Akaash Singh is not that famous. If the idea of interviewing his wife is like, all right, now I have a reason to get up in the morning. Like, that's shameful. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. If you're like, guys, usually I mail it in here on I forget the name, the something network. I forget the name of this guy's podcast or whatever his channel is. But like, I don't know what kind of views this guy usually gets or what his general content is. But if he's saying to his audience, usually we talk about horse shit here, but now I have a lady who the only thing she's known for in a particular pocket of the internet is cucking her husband. And that's finally a reason to podcast. That's very exciting.
I was pretty certain that this was Matarese's son. Heyo. The thing was called the Chowdhury Network. Chowdhury Network. Yeah.
How many does he have? A bunch of subscribers, or like is he?
Yeah. He's got.
Okay.
I'll get the exact number, but I do remember going, hey.
So he has a platform, but he's never really cared about it until this moment.
No.
I haven't potted.
Yeah.
Like people obviously have seen. I haven't potted in a while.
Yeah.
Because I truly felt like not engaged by anything.
Yeah.
So when you hit me, I was like, yo, let's do this.
Oh, that makes
Can you imagine being such an empty person that you're like, I haven't been motivated to podcast by anything except for Andrew Schultz's sidekick getting made fun of for his wife's podcast that doesn't exist anymore, and now we're gonna talk to the wife about it. That's what gets my fucking juices flowing. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning.
I heard that. Turned all the lights on. I said, get this podcast rolling.
What? Yo, you have the other guy from Flagrant on? No. His wife.
Who? And that actually brings up the next segment. Who are you?
Well, yeah, this is an important question because I don't think JASLEEN Singh knows the answer. So we're going to try and get to the root of who she actually is.
I want to get to know like you, right? Like away from like headlines, away from everything else. Like who is JASLEEN Singh? Like to your friends, to family, like who is JASLEEN Singh?
Yeah, I mean, to my friends and family, I'm just like a very happy, bubbly, like very fiery girl. Like I just love spending time with my family, with my friends, with my dogs. I'm very much a homebody. I
what do
do
you-
love shopping. I love Pop-Tarts. I love cereal. Like,
Shut up. I just wanted to give you a little more of it.
What a unique human being. I like my friends and my family. I like shopping. Like, I don't think this is what he meant when he said, who are you as a person? I just named the most surface level bullshit. That'll prove to everyone you've got a real personality.
just very basic. I love watching the same things over and over again. So to me or to them, I just feel like I give like youngest sister energy everywhere I go because I just can't help it. But yeah, I just feel like I'm very like happy-go-lucky to like the people that know me. Even though I do have like severe anxiety and OCD, I'm still like baseline very happy and like just very like smiley.
I got that, right? Like
Yeah.
outside of like obviously like
what a worthless loser this guy is.
I got that about you.
The lack of insight. Oh, you offer nothing? I was gonna say that for you. You know what? I felt when I met you, I said, I think there's a chance she's a funny person, or whatever the fuck she said. Like, these are just the most generic, you could say them about anyone. If we were playing Family Feud, she just listed the top 5 answers of how would someone describe themselves. I spend time with my family and friends. I shop. I like food. I like television, and I'm nice. Oh, you know, I put on my thinking cap. I put on my insight cap, and I really dug in there, and I felt that about you.
I did some rechecking on that, Mike. This might fix things for our brain here. 1,200 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Wait, 1,200? Who? This
1,200.
guy?
Yeah.
Imagine being this guy, and you're like, man, the grind of podcasting, building my channel up to 1,200 subscribers. It was such work for me that I needed a break. I was just sick of podding, which I hate as a term. I was done with podding until I said, "Ooh, once JASLEEN Singh wants to tell me her story. Finally, a muse I can work with."
Yeah, this
Like how she said that she loves watching the same thing over and over again. That was meaningful.
It was impactful.
I do that with Star Trek. Anyway.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
you know, the internet headlines are the internet headlines, right? But from everybody that I talked to, like we just saw it, right before we came in, right? Like your engineer for your podcast, right, is here before, and like he stays an extra 15 minutes just to say what's up to you, right? Because you just
there's a few things. First of all, we don't have an engineer, do we? Do I need an engineer? That seems like for a podcast no one was listening to.
Yeah, well, this is LA kind of people talk, and so yeah, they have this setup, Mike, where they have the mics and the couches and the lights.
Does that just mean producer when you say engineer?
Yeah, it's just a guy that does everything. Yes.
Okay, all right.
It means another Indian.
So she.
That's
Sorry,
good, actually.
I'm so sorry.
I like it.
So she has a producer for a podcast that like I couldn't find, by the way. And there's nothing about her that's like, oh yeah, this is all funded by my husband. You know what I mean? Like this is now where I'm starting to be like, oh yeah, this is like, I don't know if she was a gold digger before, but now this is like this weird thing where you're thriving off this attention you got, but you're pretending to hate it. But it's the only interesting thing that's ever happened to you. So when you go on podcasts, you have to talk about it. I don't know what her podcast is going to be, if not just talking about that every week.
It'd be funny if she was like gold digger by osmosis, like not a gold digger until everyone told her she was a gold digger, and then she's like,
right,
you know, that's a good idea.
My thing was always, you don't date Akaash Singh in 2015 if you're a gold digger. Like there's
got the
you know
wrong
what I mean?
Singh.
Yeah, like there's other routes you could have taken. She's an attractive enough girl that I don't think she needed to wait till Akaash's number came in. You know, so it didn't feel right to me. But there is a lol cow in here somewhere. And when the internet wants to find it, they usually do. And they were right to a degree about this woman.
They're undefeated.
generally wants to see you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's always a good indicator of who that person is
Yeah.
and how people and how people receive them, right?
Yeah. I think I have like a very warm energy, but I'm a Leo sun and moon. So I don't know if you know.
Leo, sun, and moon.
Oh God.
She's both, Mike. She's both.
Yeah.
Sun and moon. What the fuck?
About all the risings. My Cancer is rising, so I feel like when I talk to people,
I hope you're all right. My
Yeah, I
Cancer
get that
is
look.
rising.
What stage? We gotta get you to a doctor.
I try very hard to make them feel comfortable. And like, even if they say crazy things, I'm like, yeah, like I just will agree. Like if I don't know you, because I'm like, I just want you to feel comfortable. But it's funny because I think I present a little bit differently on the internet. So that doesn't always come off. But I definitely am someone that like uses humor a lot to cope with like serious things or trauma. So I think sometimes people can kind of take it the wrong way because I can just say very crazy, like hyperbolic things. But I think it's just a result of like me being very unhinged or like who my husband is and all that.
Oh, those Leos. That is classic Leo, being so funny. She's too funny for any of us to understand. That was the ultimate problem, is she was being so hilarious. And we were all like, what? We've never heard absurdist humor before. How could that be? But she's also, what she's doing, and I don't think she realizes it, she's admitting like she just doesn't have a personality. She's like, oh yeah, people can say shit to me, and I just smile and agree, even though I don't necessarily agree. And it's like, oh, well, then you're not fit for podcasting. You shouldn't be online because then you're going to say a bunch of horse shit that you don't believe in. And then people are going to go, well, hey, that conflicts with things you said earlier. And you have to explain that you're just a vapid, empty person that nods their head at whatever they're hearing.
Mike, did you know I'm also a Leo?
I felt that about you. Yeah.
I knew you did. I could tell.
Yeah.
The next segment here is be yourself.
Yeah, I suspect she's not going to be, but it is advice she should take in.
She's an empty cup. How should I be? Fill me up with how I should be.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Because I think even through like our brief communication, right?
Yeah.
I think I have like a pretty good discernment of like people,
Yeah.
right? And I never got like
Yes, I have a good discernment. That's how you know this guy's insightful. I have a good discernment of people.
bad energy from you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, are there certain things that I can see to an audience come off a certain way?
Right.
Yes. But I'm also like, honestly, if I was just kicking into the crib and talking to my friends, that's probably how the internet would perceive me too.
Yeah.
And I think I said this on a podcast.
If I was just kicking it in the crib, that's how you know this guy's hip, when he uses lingo like that. That's what all the kids are saying. This guy's kicking it in the crib. And if people saw that on the internet, they would probably think I'm a gold-digging, lying whore. What? How is that possibly a relationship to what she went through? Like, if you really think about what she did, she talked on the podcast, and I do think like made some jokes that got taken out of context and all this kind of shit. But like, she kind of buried her husband and made him look bad, and they went through this really unique thing. And he's like, I mean, if people filmed me kicking it in my crib, they would think the same thing of me. It's like, so you don't really have a thought about any of this, huh? Because that's nonsense. It doesn't even apply here.
I mean, my friends chill. We, chillax, and we call each other gold diggers. That's what we do.
That's right.
Podcast when I discussed like everything that was going on, I said that, right? I was like, yo, like honestly, sometimes like all the honesty, people say that they want that, but they don't really want that, right? Like even me on this, right? Like I like to say that people can get a good glimpse of who I am through this podcast, but realistically, you probably are getting like 60% of who I really am.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the...
That's a much lower number than I was expecting. But if you say like 90 or something, which like that I would get. You're not seeing all of anyone. He's like, 50-50. You get like half of me here.
Really holding something back we're missing here. Give us all the personality and let us see what that... If we can
what is the other 40% you're hiding?
No, we can't handle it, Mike. It's like a fire hose turned on full. It just blow us away.
Full 100. Like why do the full unfiltered bit?
I don't know. I just feel like when I first got into this, I was like, I just want to be myself 110%.
Okay, well, hold on. Now I have to call into question as a
More
JASLEEN
percentage.
defender. Remember a minute ago when you were like, I was completely joking. Nothing I said was real. I was being so silly with all the stuff I said. And then when she's questioned on it again, she's like, well, that was me. I was a whore in college. Remember? I'm 110% me. It's like, what is it? Are you being absurd and crazy? And this is why the internet smelled bullshit. And I get it. Like I said, I think some of it was taken too far. But I do get what they're sensing with this broad, where she's like, no, I'm 100% real. I'm authentic. Okay, what about all the stuff where you said you were popping your pussy for guys in college and all? Oh, that was absurd jokes. These wacky jokes I love to tell. I was playing a character. Okay, well, are you authentic or are you silly fun times? Which is it?
Well, I think you just created something to solve that, Mike, or they did. I think right before you go on any podcast, you describe what percentage of yourself you're going to give to that podcast. And then we all have our expectations set. You know, oh, she's given 110%. Amazing. So anything you say, we know it's true.
60 feels like the wrong number either way. You know, either much closer to 100 or 0, I would think. Right in the middle is unusual.
It's a lazy number. That is a lazy man for a lazy podcaster.
And the audience isn't stupid. And I feel like when they see, like my friend told me this, she said, you can feel someone's energy through their content, if they're genuine or not. So I just always, first and foremost, was like, I just want to be genuinely myself, because if I...
Hold on a second here.
The genuine horror.
So everyone was right then.
Yes.
I don't think she realizes she's saying that, but it's like, oh yeah, no, people can tell the real you. Well, everyone said you are a bullshit artist. That's the sense that everyone got from you. And I gotta say, because we're gonna get into the perception and the people that went after her and everything. I remember, like, I was arguing with girls trying to defend this lady, where I was like, I think some of it got exaggerated or taken out of context, whatever. And girls were saying to me, no, she's disrespecting her husband. She comes off as a gold digger. She's just with him for his money. Like, she's disrespecting this guy and making him look foolish. Like, women were saying that. So this was not something where it's like, oh, these incels on the internet went after her because she's attractive. It really was not that. Like, you can say it got blown up or taken wrong, but it was not this unfair criticism that people were levying.
Try to be any other kind of version of me, it's going to fail and it's not going to do well. So as long as I can be true to myself and my personality, then I feel like, okay, I'm doing my best, I'm doing a good job, and it just felt most authentic.
Yeah, it really felt authentic. So I don't get it. You were a whore in college that fucked a bunch of guys before Akaash? Which, by the way, I don't care about. Like, who gives a shit, really? But
every
like,
girl I knew in college.
This is her problem, where she's like, I'm 110% me, and also I'm just kidding. You can't be both.
Mike, what percentage are you giving of yourself today? You didn't give an opening percentage, and I'm confused.
49.
All right.
I'm not in control of myself anymore. I'm less than 50%.
That's fair. I'm hovering around 80, which I'm scared now by these numbers.
Good.
So, yeah. Taken wrong is the next one.
Yeah. So everyone took it wrong because she's not anyone. This is the ultimate problem: is she fucking around or is she being real? And somehow people weren't able to take that correctly.
I remember because you asked me this question, like, what is it like to look at like think pieces and people analyzing your marriage and your personality? It feels weird and it feels surreal because you're like, but you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You've never talked to me. Like, you're taking the intention of this video in the complete wrong way. And
well, hold on a second. Remember like 1 second ago when you were like, I'm 110% me, man. What you see is what you get. I'm me all the way. Oh, that clip, you took that raw. Well, it was a silly goof. Why would you take it seriously?
She is yo-yoing, I'm going to call that.
Yeah. And by the way, here's what I think happened is this girl doesn't have a personality. No. Like, I think she's gotten a lot on her look. I'm sure she's smart and went to a good school and all of that. But I think as far as like, person to person goes, she got by on her looks conversationally and doesn't have like a real personality. And so that's not someone who should be on a podcast. Unfortunately, she was, and she tried to create a personality out of thin air. And when it got noticed by people were like, well, are you lying, or is this a character, or like what's going on here? People called it into question, and she doesn't have a good answer for it, because the real answer is, guys, I'm just a fucking phony. Please leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like, I would actually have more respect for her if she was like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I was trying to be someone I'm not. I'm sorry. She doesn't have to say I'm sorry, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that would be the beginning of her actually creating, a true podcast person. It's almost like you go to boot camp and you get stripped down and they build you back up. She needs to be. I mean, I don't want to say that because it sounds when you say.
Well, this is what I said at the time when we originally talked about this, where I said, to me, the interesting angle on this story is, who does she become? Like, if she continues to try podcasting, which it seems like she's going to, based on the fact that she brings her engineer with her to someone else's podcast. I don't know why you need that. But like, the fact that she has a producer tells me she's continuing to try podcasting. And I said at the time, the interesting thing to me about her is, what is she now? Is she the girl that likes popping her pussy and using her husband for his money and not doing any work? I forgot that was the other big thing, where she's like, I'm 100% me. I don't work. I use my husband's money with impunity. Like, I don't respect him at all. I just take an allowance from him and blow it on whatever the fuck I want. And then he still has to pay me more. Like, he pays for the house I live in and everything. And fuck him. Like, that was a lot of what annoyed people about her. So is that the real person, or was it a joke? And it seems like she hasn't put 1 ounce of work into figuring that out.
No, there's sort of a comp here. When Ashley Cummings sort of came into the podcast world, she was getting kind of pummeled from everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. And she developed, I've seen, in my opinion, she developed a thick skin because of it. And now is like, it was in our chat earlier, talking it up with people. They're throwing it at her. She's throwing it back. It can actually harden you and make you good, but she is not willing to get stripped down yet to the point where it's like, all right, I actually need to like listen to what these people are saying, maybe correct some things about myself, and then move on. Yeah.
Or don't.
Or
you know
don't,
what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Or be the girl that's like, hey, fuck you, losers. I'm using my husband. You know what I mean? Like, continue being that girl. One or the other. You can't do this thing where it's you're taking the sympathy tour and you want everyone to feel really bad for you, and also be like, and that was me. That was the real, what you see is what you get. I'm 100% authentic.
I mean, this obviously goes without saying, but the misogyny was like really crazy, because obviously we know it exists in our society, but to see it so rampant and like full force and just like unapologetically there, I was like, oh my God, like this is a real fucking thing.
I gotta say, I again think this is a rare case where people were like, hey, women can do stuff in society, you lazy bitch. People were saying, don't stay at home, to get out of the kitchen. Like, people were actually trying to tell her she should work and contribute to the household. It was kind of the opposite of misogyny in a weird way.
Yes. Misogyny has helped her. You know, pretty women love misogyny 99% of the time. And then she actually has to look at comment sections of ugly people not caring about her prettiness, and she doesn't like that reality. This is a reality pretty people have to run into. Mike, I've run into it a lot.
I love massages.
That was a 1-2 punch right there for you, Mike.
Sorry.
Good stuff. Terrific contribution.
From both of us.
That's why I'm here.
Love massages. Chip Electra. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know what I was saying, but I'm sure it was a good point.
Neither do I. It was an amazing point. But it didn't. All right.
And it's like, it was bizarre to me because I'm like, my husband can go on stage and literally has a joke in his special about like getting a hooker isn't like cheating, it's just outsourcing, which I really don't care. Like, I think it's a funny joke, but it's like, if I say something that's equally, you know, raunchy, like, then I'm a whore or all these things. When it's like,
you were joking, right?
We're back to joking. Yes,
that's what we're going with. You were joking because a minute ago, I'm again going to remind you of a minute ago, Jasleen, where you were like, I am 110% me. And what you see on the podcast, that is me in real life. So why would people think you were joking?
No, we're writing it in pen this time, Mike. This time, no erasers. We're locked in.
Here's where I will defend her again. It's like, I get what she's trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, I do think there was an element of fucking around. I think people took it a little too seriously, you know? But it was this thing where she built her entire personality around what seemed like a real thing, where she's like, I don't work. My husband is supposed to provide for me. I offer nothing. Even though I'm a college-educated person who worked on Wall Street, she worked for like Goldman Sachs or something. Like, I'm perfectly capable of contributing, and I'm choosing not to. And like, she would say that her husband smells, and she would turn away from his kisses in public and all this shit. That's kind of what your personality was and what you wanted us to think it was. It wasn't like these were secret moments that people recorded surreptitiously. It's what you were putting out in the world and saying, I'm me, bitch. Unapologetically, this is me. So now you kind of can't hide behind this, like, you took all that seriously? What, me? Me? Jasleen? I'm just a silly goose. Why would you believe me?
This is my defense when I tell a joke that goes too far to Electra. I'm like, I was just joking, Josh. I didn't mean any of that.
To use the stand-up example is horrible, because she's like, oh, well, my husband has jokes in his stand-up act where he says this inflammatory thing about women and everyone knows he's joking. Yeah, but no one listens to the Flagrant podcast and goes, boy, Akaash's take on Israel was a hoot this week. You know, like when he's having a serious conversation, no one's like, yeah, but he's such a jokester. He's such a wacky guy.
I'm also now hearing that, what a great point, that my husband can do it, but I can't. There's a little resentment there for the husband in that sentence, that he can say these things, but I can't. Fuck him.
And here's the reason, Jasleen. Here's something she doesn't get. Akaash Singh, as whether you like him or think he's good at podcasting, whatever you want to think about him, he has built up a reputation over a decade of doing podcasts and stand-up and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the Flagrant audience knows him. You were presented to an audience that you were trying to kind of leech on to, you know? And when they got wind of what you were doing, they didn't like it. And now you're like, well, that's unfair. It's like, no, it's unfair that you were presented to this audience at all, you know? They could have very easily watched your podcast and been like, she's pretty good. But they didn't. They're not lying about not liking it.
No, that's...
It's like, but the reality is what the reality is. It's like, I was a virgin when I met my husband. We lost our virginity to each other. And I never made that a part of my identity. I only shared that because I share my life story, because I'm an oversharer. Y'all made it a part of my identity and then used it against me.
Well,
I don't...
No. What you made a part of your identity was, I want to sleep with my friend's husband. I used guys in college with my looks and my pussy. Like, you made that your identity. So when people were like, wait a minute, but you were a virgin and like, you've only ever been with your husband, that's where people were like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, you know?
All I heard was pussy.
Yes.
Don't give a fuck if I was a virgin or I wasn't, or if my body count was 100, but it wasn't. Those are just facts. So if you want to take like tongue-in-cheek videos and make it into something it's not, like, that's not really a reflection of me. That's a reflection of them. And I think, moreover, what people don't realize, like, I don't even want to say his fucking name, but this fucking loser whose name you said, like, he was on the Flagrant podcast like
She's talking about the Fresh and Fit guy. the guy that started. I forget his name now, Moiran or something. But the Fresh and Fit guy that's kind of had a battle with Flagrant that exposed all of this.
Fucking years ago. And my husband just humbled the shit out of him and basically embarrassed him because he was like, I think what you do is corny and it's not really helping men. So there's that.
Finally, she defends her husband a little bit.
Dude,
Myron
we're an hour
Gaines.
into this thing.
Myron Gaines, yeah, that's right.
Bots is the next one.
People do this. I don't know why. I don't know why they do this, but we are entering the Whitney Cummings defense, where it turns out all the people that criticize JASLEEN, they're not even real. I don't know what you're all worked up about. You don't exist. Whoever, by the way, I think bots obviously exist on the internet, but their introduction to idiots has made them the source of everything wrong. Whitney uses it, Burr uses it, this Rube uses it, and now any criticism you get online, like, classic. Another bot is after me.
Some classic coping, Mike. Some classic coping.
And by the way, before we get into it, just keep this in mind. If they're bots, why react? Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
That'd be like me coming on every week and bitching about like some telemarketing call I got. Like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, they're focusing on the wrong thing.
When all of this first started, it was like very clear to see that there was like a lot of bot farming as well. And I could tell there were bots because like the 1,500 followers I gained on Instagram, I immediately lost like within the span of 2 months. So it was like,
okay, I may have another diagnosis, JASLEEN.
That's hilarious.
I mean, there's no way that people got introduced to me, followed me because I was topical in the news, for lack of a better term, for a month, and then they realized my account is horseshit, and they stopped following me. Clearly, this was the work of bots. It wasn't that people aren't interested in me. This is bots at their finest.
Oh, the parallels to Toe and his when he was out getting, those protests and got all those new subscribers and they all disappeared. They're the same person. She's a towhead.
This is and by the way, I'm sure some of that there are bots. You know what I mean? Like you see, there's if I go into my unread Twitter messages right now,
oh, it's crazy, ladies.
Boy, am I a catch.
They're after me, man. Oh my god.
Ladies are not just looking for me; they're sopping wet for me. If I go to my messages, ladies are trying to get a piece of this action at a rapid clip. It's insane the volume of women that are attracted to me and want me to send them pictures. All I have to do is open this link. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd take down it. So bots exist on the internet, but to be so out of touch with reality that you're like, yeah, people followed me when I was an interesting thing in that section of comedy for a minute. I was the biggest story in comedy for 2 weeks, and I gained followers, and then I did nothing to keep them, so they left. So therefore they're bots.
Up and then down, and then like all the nastiest comments on my Instagram videos that I didn't even delete. Like a month later, it was all no. So it's like it was starting to become clear that there were like a lot of bots, which is funny because they say very racist things against Indians and South Asians, but like that's where you get your bots.
Almost like they're not bots.
She's doing comedy again. It's a bit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and there was something else I was gonna say.
Something else.
Oh, good. There's something else I was going to say. I'm sure it was valuable.
Yeah, we're up to the brown, Mike. The brown. She had to poop.
Oh, this was interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to hear from some Indian people or Middle Eastern people because
big swath of your audience.
This feels offensive to me. But I get JASLEEN is Indian, I guess. I think she's very light skinned, but she is Indian. So who am I to judge? But I was floored by this manner of speaking.
As all you scammers, put grandma on hold and pay attention. Mike needs you.
So we know. I'm sorry to interrupt this gentleman. No, I'm sure he's got something valuable to say. but we learned it was the bots, but it wasn't just the bots. There were also some dastardly other characters, some undesirables at work against her.
This pesky internet.
Even like, even when I posted what I posted about like your whole situation on my page, I was like, I got my small taste of what what the bot culture looks like.
I felt so bad too because
boy, these bots really succinctly took me down.
What the fuck?
Why are all these bots saying I look gay? I don't understand.
Why are these bots giving me their addresses? That's not something bots would do. They might be real, Mike. These bots are real.
When I saw your video, like, first of all, like, you were like one of the only people to really defend us. Hey, and it like almost.
I tried. You didn't give me much to work with, but I tried my best.
No, Mike, you're just a bot. Sorry. You're just a bot.
Damn it.
Like all the other bots.
Made me tear up because like we didn't know each other. Like we had no, we actually didn't really know each other at all. And I was like, it just meant so much to see a brown guy like defending me. Cause I was like, wow, like why can he see us for who we genuinely are and not these other people? And I think that was like the most disappointing thing is just like the silence from all these brown girls. Like if we want to go kind of back in the timeline of like, okay, so.
Offensive to you?
It's the brown girls. It's all brown girls.
What's the matter with you? You're supposed to defend me.
Right now, some poor brown girl's like, what the fuck did I do?
But did that also, just on a human level, does that not tell you something? Like, hey, in a society where people often do, women will just defend another woman online to chase feminism clout, or same with race. Like you just, defend your own to kind of give yourself this like credibility in this other sense where you're fighting for equal right. You're making it into an issue that it wasn't. Like we live in a society that generally does that. And it didn't give this girl 1 second of pause to be like, boy, even with me, they're turning on me. Even women and brown people, as she so eloquently calls them, like even they're coming after me on this. It's gotta be because they're racist against, I don't even know what she's accusing them of.
Well, there's another race, Mike, that she is, and that's pretty. And that supersedes all other races. And if you're brown and mean to her, I'm pretty, and why are you mean to me?
They're jealous.
Yes.
They're jealous of her beauty, yeah.
Why are you mean to me?
Yeah, why are you mean to me?
Oh, the first controversy that involved me were all these brown girls that didn't like what I had to say about other brown girl creators. Now, my issue is a lot of them didn't watch the podcast.
Calling them brown girls, Jesus Christ!
I don't feel comfortable
brown
with
girl
that.
creators? What is this lane?
That is all. That's like that's when politically goes around the world and comes back to just the wrong place.
Maybe we're just not hip here. Maybe that is the lingo.
Think that might be.
All I'm imagining is Tucker Carlson saying these exact words. He's like, the problem is these brown girls not defending me.
We're starched people, I think. If we call ourselves starched, I think that's the same thing.
Podcast clip in its entirety, and if you actually watched it, I didn't fucking say shit. I said there was a lot of people's content who I liked, and there were certain people whose content I didn't resonate. Reason being, I didn't feel that they were authentic, and I didn't even say that on the podcast.
Okay, hold on.
What?
See, she's doing comedy, Mike. That is some good comedy.
And they went after you for that? I mean, the fucking balls. To be like, yeah, I called these other people inauthentic. And would you believe they didn't just rush to defend me when I got shit for something? When I seemed really inauthentic, they weren't like, hey, I know she accused us of the same thing, but now we're going to defend her for no reason. Like, where were you defending by the way, this is also just this like psychosis that people have where she thinks we all know what she's talking about. She's like, you remember my first controversy where I said these brown girls were inauthentic? No. No one was paying attention to whatever you're talking about.
She goes, you remember clown? No, we don't remember clown.
The clown bit? Yeah. She's like, this reminds me of Joe Matarese's famous clown bit that we all love. And this guy's like, yeah, that was great.
Great.
I kept it very like minimal, but now that we're talking about it, that's the reason I don't like certain brown girls content, because it comes across to me as inauthentic. So you have all these girls basically doing this performative feminism thing of like, fuck these girls on the podcast. Here are my top 3 favorite creators. And it's like Vidya Sirath Julie, Vidya Sirath Julie, Vidya Aviva Sirath. Like, it's just like kind of like whatever, an amalgamation of like the same big creators. So I'm like,
it's interesting to watch someone have no self-awareness where she's like, she's mad. If I can try and make sense of what she's saying, it seems like she's basically mad that other influencers, and I'm using other pretty loosely, other TikTok influencers are not like, you know who my favorite creator is? JASLEEN Singh. Like, that's ultimately what she's saying, is she wants to be more popular in this world. I'm guessing the section of the internet I don't know who she's talking about. She just said a few Indian names that I'm not aware of. I'm guessing
Bollywood.
I'm guessing that's I'm guessing it's a pretty limited lane. You know what I mean? Yes. Well, for example, if you listed all the best Indian male comedians, her husband would be on it because there's like 6 names I can think of at most. You know what I mean?
I'm done after Kamal Nabjani. I'm done. I'm out.
She's massively coping right now. She's just coping. That's it.
Yeah. The reason they probably have a lot of the same answers is because maybe it's that world is not casting a wide net. But for her to have the gall to be like, a lot of these girls seemed inauthentic. Anyways, they should have defended me instead of calling me inauthentic, which I started by calling them, and then had maybe the most hypocritical video of all time come out where I look really inauthentic.
Yes. No Gusto in the chat pulled up maybe the show title, Brown Girl Influencers. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What's the Hindi word for cope?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Let me get out.
I'll look it up.
okay. But then when this happens to me, and of course, like, you know, maybe you don't like me or you don't know me personally, but it's like, why can you say something in this regard, but not in this regard? And that's why I got that's what actually annoyed me more, you know?
I think you said it best when you said performative.
That's hilarious.
This guy. What could you have possibly said best? Let's hear this idiotic answer.
I'm going to do some deep diving on this guy after the show today, just to see, because this guy strikes me.
Keep in mind, though, if you're watching his other stuff, keep in mind he's never once been motivated to do a podcast until this episode.
Well, I wanted to see what took him out of the game. Like,
what
burned him.
Activism.
Yeah.
Right? Performative feminism. Because when you were facing, no matter what you said in terms of an opinion, when you were facing that level of misogyny, I was actually shocked that people weren't saying something, stepping up here.
Yeah.
Right?
It was performative. She just said it was performative. She said the entire thing where she's doing this bit of like, my husband should pay for everything, blah, blah, blah. That was performative, right? So what are people defending? Like you're saying that this is a lot. Like these people are lying. You were lying. You admitted you were lying because you said it was all silly goofs. So what are they? They don't know you because you've never presented yourself. I don't understand this argument. Like who are they supposed to defend?
Also, a forest for the trees thought here. She's like a rudderless ship, and talking about comedy. Who in her life could steer her on issues of comedy? Talk to, sit in bed. Go, talk about this stuff. What about coping is, how to deal with brown girl influencers. This guy doesn't talk to his wife, is what I'm saying.
Hidden Man Media in chat asked, is she a gymnast? And I said, why? Because she's flip-flopping? I mean, really. She can't keep her fucking issue straight.
Get your blind Mike flip-flops.
I like Chip Electra. I'm enjoying this new bit.
Chip Electra.
Right. Shocked that no brown girl influencer stepped up and said, yo, fuck however my personal feelings for JASLEEN or any of that. This is straight up wrong.
Yeah, it really is. It's wrong. Who lied, by the way? Like, who was like, man, I really think JASLEEN looks good here. Even in my defense of her, I was not like, boy, she comes off great. What's everyone giving her shit for? Like, what would the defense even be? Who was lying and holding back this staunch defense of JASLEEN?
It's these brown girls, Mike. You know it's going to be a brown girl influencer summer, so we gotta watch these girls.
Brown girls and bots. Which, by the way, the more Burr, Whitney, JASLEEN, the more people that say like you're a bot if you criticize me, I'm like, am I a bot? Like, do I exist? I don't even know
Mike,
anymore.
I don't want to break this to you, but I'm two-dimensional. I may be a bot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Embrace your bot.
Yeah.
Up next, hypocrisy police.
Uh-oh.
It's like, that's what gets me too. I think what me and my husband get the only time you see me like super like animated is like when it comes down to hypocrisy and people not keeping that same energy. And like, that's when I get on TikTok and I'm like, you know what, this, that. So it's like, I definitely have that fiery side to me, but I feel like at least I've not done what you guys have done. And it's like, everyone has their own karma at the end of the day and their own, like, all I know is like, for example, with the brown girl thing, like if you're a nobody who made like 30 fucking videos shitting on me and then made this video that popped off hating on me, like, is that the reason you want to go viral is like the video hating on me? Okay, if that's fine, but like that's not the reason like I would want to go viral. I went viral being myself, you dumb fucking bitch.
I want to go viral saying my husband's a worthless loser that I use for money. That's why I want to go viral.
Yeah, herself. I was being myself. Okay, we're back on it is authentic. Okay, we're back on it.
She was being a
no
bitch.
Jokes.
She really
No
was
jokes.
herself being a bitch.
I don't know who she's directing that at. I'm sure there are people that had channels that weren't getting a lot of views, and this was a popular subject that people were talking about. So I'm sure maybe that got more views when they talked about this. I don't know that person is lying, but also I would assume that person would like to go viral for any of the videos that they make. This just happened to be the one that worked. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that there was necessarily, like, if you talk about gossip or comedy or any of that stuff, like if this fit your lane, I'm sure you're just as pleased with this video getting a lot of views as you would anyone else. Now, sure, yes, if if a scientist came out and just a complete departure from what they usually talk about was like, fuck JASLEEN Singh. Yes, that would be unusual. But people that usually talk about, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, if they took a break to talk about JASLEEN Singh, that doesn't seem like some crazy departure. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know who she's attacking here.
So this is like, Stuttering John and saying Carl's inauthentic from watching him. What? It makes no sense. Like, you're a locale. People are going to make fun of you. Right. It has nothing to do with authenticity. So she's saying I'm authentic in this video. Someone watches that video and comments on it, but that's inauthentic? She's watching your video, which you said is authentic.
I think people made too much of the story with Akaash Singh. Like, people blew it up in a way I didn't fully understand. I didn't get the sense anyone was lying. You know what I mean? Because even the people I disagreed with, I'd have arguments and I would see their point. I would understand their point. I never got the sense that people were like lying, just pulling something out of thin air. Even when people do clickbait stuff or exaggerate how much they dislike someone. Like I say, I'm critical of Podcast Cringe for doing that, where like you kind of know what his take's going to be if he has a video about Bert Kreischer or whatever. Like, and I think he goes too extreme. But I think the core of his dislike for the person is real. Like, it started with a nugget of realness, if not more than that. And so that's what people saw in this. Did some people exaggerate it? Sure. But I didn't get the sense people were lying. There's no reason. Akaash Singh is not a big enough name for people to have made up this controversy.
It's like,
why do you think they don't like you? Like, outside of that, like, one pod, right? Like, before that, I still felt like the temperature around you, like, I felt like there was, like, strange energy around you. Like, why do you think that they don't like
her? Nobody gave a fuck about her before. This is where you just create this self-importance that doesn't exist. And you have rubes like this in your ear where you're like, I've always noticed that people hated you. No one knew who the fuck she was before. Look at the views that podcast was getting. And by the way, like, she throws her co-host of that podcast under the bus a little bit, where like that girl, I guess, was getting a lot of shit, the girl she was doing the podcast with.
Okay.
And she doesn't come from that world at all. I guess she was very afraid of being canceled. and the girl didn't want to be part of it at all. Why do you think that is? You know what I mean? Is it because maybe she saw something that was real, or did she see you totally wrongly getting thrown under the bus and joined that? Like, you don't take stock in anyone's reaction where you're like, all these people around me are saying one thing. They're all lying, I guess. It's so weird.
She does have this thing where that empty cup metaphor, it gets filled, but then it empties right away. So it's always empty. She's like,
right.
Okay, so she never like, oh, I'm just going to take this position for a while and hold on to it and see how this feels. She's like, nope, abandon. I'm going to do this. Nope, abandon it. Nope. So, yeah, the inauthentic nature of her makes what co-host could stick around.
Right.
So.
Thank you. Like all the brown girls, I have a theory, right? But
what's your theory?
Oh God.
It should be good.
I think a lot of it steeps in jealousy. I think listen, like
this is exactly who she needs around her. Of course.
You're so hot.
A boob licker.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there not a single attractive girl on the internet? Like, is she the only one? You know what I mean?
Only one
on
he
his
could
couch
get.
right now.
We're all only jealous of JASLEEN Singh. This is, you brought up Stuttering John. It's like where it's like, they're after me because I'm famous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, there's a lot of famous people, man. Like, I don't get it. So everyone that criticized her is jealous. Andrew Schultz criticized her. You know
Jealousy.
what I mean? Like,
He's jealous.
I don't get it. Like, that is such a, it's a generational thing too, where like, I think it started as a good thing where you would tell kids, okay, they're making fun of you. They're jealous. They're making fun of a nerd who's good in school. They wish they could be that. They're jealous because they're dumber than you or whatever. Like, it started as a good thing. It blossomed into, you crammed it into these kids' heads where any criticism they get, it's like, you're another one of these jealous people. You think I'm great, and that's why you've made fun of me.
Yep, or you're a bot. You don't exist. One of the two. You're jealous or you don't exist. No other emotion can exist on the planet.
There wasn't 1 minute. I didn't skip it. I didn't edit it. Nothing. There wasn't 1 minute where she was like, listen, maybe the character I was playing, I was too true to it or whatever. I get why people reacted the way they did. There's not 1 second of understanding why she would be made fun of or criticized or anything. It's all, they're bots, they're jealous, they're lying, whatever.
It's not a secret. Mm-hmm. You on TikTok popping bags. Mm-hmm. You're married to Akaash, right? Like, I think a lot of...
Like, he's the most famous guy. He's the sidekick on a big podcast. He's not
the Sultan of Brunei.
You be on TikTok popping bags. You married to Akaash. That tasty
popping bags mean.
We're too old, Electra. I don't
Get
know.
with it, Electra.
I don't know either, but
I
I'm
don't know.
I'm sure it's a young hip term.
Okay,
flicking your balls out, popping your bags.
All right. But my point is, Akaash is not this desirable, like, how did she get him? I need to get my hands on that. Like, they're not jealous of her because he's married to Akaash Singh, who, as a name in comedy, is not that big.
Mm-mm. The Singh dynasty. Maybe she thought it was something like that. Maybe she
All of them want to be in your spot. I think I think most hate stems from jealousy. Most people's hate has nothing to do with the person.
Mm-hmm. Was it hate that she was getting, or were a lot of people mocking it? You know what I mean? And here's where people get disconnected. Like, there's a grain of truth in everything they're saying, whether it's Whitney Cummings or Burr or whatever. There are people on the internet who just want to say nasty things. Like I said before, they want to seem self-righteous. That exists. It is certainly not 100% of the people criticizing her.
No.
You know what I mean? It might be one of 100% of the people criticizing, just pick a random celebrity right now who's not entrenched in some controversial thing. You know what I mean? If you pick a random famous person or even like marginally famous and you go to their Instagram comments and there's just some nasty out of nowhere thing, sure, that might be 100% of the mean comments are just like some asshole, someone being a prick on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. when you're the source of a hotly debated thing, certainly 100% of the people are not doing it out of jealousy. So it's a completely oblivious, naive thing, just burying your head in the sand to be like, ain't no secret, girl. You be popping bag. You married to Akaash. Who doesn't want to get, who doesn't want to get in that spot that you're in? Married to Akaash Singh. Which, by the way, no offense to Akaash. He's doing very well. Good for him. But it's not like a girl would look at that and be like, oh my, how did she do it?
Mm-hmm. Last segment here for JASLEEN podcast fans.
And this I did not care for. And I don't know how Akaash feels about it. This is just completely throwing Andrew Schultz under the bus for no reason.
I remember her saying, though, in Paris, she was like, my biggest fear is getting canceled. And I remember...
That's the former co-host that I mentioned before.
She canceled herself. A self-deletion.
Yes.
For telling her, I was like, I just want to let you know, like, I know the periphery of Akaash's fan base, which is, I will say, more of the podcast fan base. And I know a lot of people during like our controversy were saying like, oh, it's because of his fans. It's because of his fans. Like his comedy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think.
I got news for you, sweetheart. They're the same person. I've never met anyone, and I spend a lot of time talking comedy, analyzing comedy, watching comedy, attending comedy. It's a big part of my life, this stand-up comedy stuff. I've never heard anyone go, I'm a massive Akaash Singh stand-up fan. Don't care for the podcast. Never listened to the podcast, actually. That's where his fans come from. The reason Akaash Singh has people at his stand-up shows, you can thank Andrew Schultz and the Flagrant podcast. And again, that's not even shitting on Akaash. That's the entirety of what he's done and what he's known for is the Flagrant podcast. There's no one there that's like, oh, I really liked Akaash when he was on fucking MTV. You know what I mean? Like, there's no one there that knows him for anything else. There's no one there at his stand-up shows that it's like, what is it? Flagrant? I'm not familiar. I don't know who Andrew Schultz is. Like, that's where his fans come from. So you've created this straw man to be like, his comedy fans, those are good people. The podcast fans are racist.
Yeah. How does he not check her? He just goes, yes, honey, think what you want. Bye-bye now.
That's great. And by the way, the idea that all these racists are signing up to listen to Andrew Schultz talk to an Indian guy and a black guy. Andrew Schultz, yo, man, what's good? Like, he just talks like a black guy. And all these racists are like, oh, this is my favorite podcast, but I hate the Indian guy.
It's a way for the racists to better themselves, just slowly. The guy's got a little bit of a Hitler mustache, but he talks like a black guy. Let me work into this thing.
I
don't
love
get mad at me.
Schultz and his podcast with Charlemagne the God.
Yes.
But I'm just so consumed by racism.
Really resonate with him because a lot of them are like really racist and right wing. I think like those of them are more like that. But yeah, anyways, I said like those
all the racist podcast fans that are currently lambasting Andrew Schultz for having had Donald Trump on.
Yes.
All those racists that are calling Andrew Schultz a sellout for having Trump on. That's exactly what you've really zeroed in on the target demographic.
And where her husband gets a paycheck, by the way.
Right. Yeah. That's the other just completely disrespectful thing. Yeah. To be like, they're all racist. Again, out of the Whitney play. Back up a little because I want to hear her just throw Flagrant fans under the bus.
Really resonate with him because a lot of them are like really racist and right wing. I think like those of them are more like that. But yeah, anyways, I said like those peripheral fans, like they might come at us just because we're brown girls being opinionated and they don't like opinionated.
That's it. She has nailed it. Where the only thing she did wrong, I'm putting wrong in air quotes, of course. The only thing she did wrong was exist as an Indian woman. And that's the real shame of it. That's what that. If you look at that controversy, that's all it was. All these people, by the way, defending Akaash Singh and saying, boy, you're really like mistreating this guy. They're all racists. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
He's got to get her under control, Mike. This is a man with a pretty lady on his side. He's, this is what happens when you shoot up, guys. If you don't shoot directly at your angle or below, this is the nonsense you deal with.
It's so completely out of touch. If you just look at, go to the flagrant subreddit or look at any videos made about Andrew Schultz, it's people giving him shit for having Trump on and now kind of trying to step away from that a little bit. They're calling him a phony for having had Trump on and not pressing him harder. That's literally the flagrant's biggest issue right now. These are not right wingers. I mean, I'm sure there are some, but again, this is not this. If you look at the cast of the Flagrant podcast, you're not boy, I bet the fans of this show are pretty racist.
Yes, it's the opposite. I'm looking at dark-skinned people, so I don't understand how that could work. We have a...
Okay, wait. Don't get mad at me for coming out of left field, but do you guys think Akaash ever gets laid from this bitch?
Yeah.
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, I bet he does.
I bet it's very ceremonial. There's no foreplay, and it's over as fast as possible, and she's in the shower. Yeah.
It does have to be a weird relationship now, and this is where I feel bad kind of for both of them. They must think about it all the time. You know what I mean? It's got to be this
relationship would be hard after this.
This weird cloud hanging over them all the time. There's no way you can just completely put it out of your mind. It's clearly a big part. She's going on podcasts to talk about it. It's the only topic they discussed on this entire 1 hour podcast, I think.
I mean, is it every time that she gets a new outfit from Moo Moo or whatever that place is called? I don't even know the name, but I mean, or on his birthday, or
wants me to have a real answer. I don't know. I don't have their actual
Valentine's Day blowjob for sure.
She's grilling me on this. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know either, but I just really doubt it a lot.
If you were to guess, let's take a vote. Does the relationship last long term? I'm going to say no.
I mean, what's long term? A few more years. They'll get divorced eventually, I would think, right?
Yeah. She's gonna hang on to her pretty to find a new man. She's not gonna wait until her pretty is gone.
But I will say, and this was my point at the time, we don't know them, and if they're able to stick together, good for that. You know what I mean? Maybe there is. I'm sure there's stuff that we don't know about them that hasn't been. Remember, well, no, she said she was 110% of herself. Damn.
But also joking. But also
we do know all of it. But maybe we only know 40% of Akaash. So who knows? You know.
Yeah. If you learned anything, people, percentages. Give a percentage of yourself before you talk to anyone, so we know how much of yourself you're giving to us in that conversation. Thank you.
That's right.
All right, got a few
super chats
here, and we'll see if we have time for GD.
Oh yeah, it's been looming over me. I've been thinking about it. The whole segment, I was like, do we have to do GD? Yeah.
Well, if you want to end with
that
club,
Colostomy Stephen Craig, $4.99. Is this the chick who is like Schrodinger's harlot?
That is, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's a quantum mechanic joke. Schrodinger's cat. You know,
Quantum Leap. I know that show.
Never, we don't know if it's alive or dead in the box.
I don't know how it applies to her though.
Maybe her box stinks. I don't know.
Whoa!
I don't know. Oh, we got one.
He's a bot, you guys. Forgive him. He's a bot.
Two-dimensional.
At Cardiff Elect, Canadian $2.79, which translates to 8 cents American dollars. BTH has been renamed to 3 Guys, 4 Eyes, 8 p.m.
3 Guys, 4 Eyes.
I don't.
Oh, they're the 4 eyes. I see. My eye. I have eyes.
As Kiki says, I wouldn't lead with that. Anyway. Having fun. We're having fun over here. All right, Mike, we do have one. Oh, we got one more here.
More.
Yeah, just came in under the wire.
Colostomy Stephen Craig. Does VGS still exist?
I don't know. I guess not. I guess he doesn't do it anymore.
Just in our fantasies now.
I kind of I wish they would still do it. I wish they would get Mike Harris. You know, there are a few men in podcasting more sought after than Mike Harris. But I wish they would get Mike Harris back and get the band back together. But yeah, the VGS really, it lost a step without Mike Harris. And Craig, you know, this is what my friends over at Legion of Skanks are going to have to deal with. When you lose the heart and soul of the show, they continue. And that's something Craig had to deal with for a long time. So it still exists in the sense I think you can get the old episodes, right?
Correct. Oh yes, we watch them all the time, back to back, over and over.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah, they're funny. But let me suggest this, Mike. The next time you do take a vacation, bring Very Good Show, but say, hey, only if this Mike comes back.
He won't do it. He won't do it. I don't think
even on the channel here. You won't do it on the channel here.
I don't think
on a Sunday morning.
I don't think he was a very sensitive boy. He couldn't take, and few can take a Craig Oconee grilling. When Craig really goes after you, it's not for the faint of heart. And Mike Harris couldn't really handle it.
Oh, Craig is a sweetheart. I've never met a sweeter man than Craigers.
The website does still exist, so it's not all lost.
Oh, verygoodshow.org still exists.
It does.
It does.
Take me on a tour of verygoodshow.org. This is how you know I don't want to talk about G.D. Fenderson.
You really want me to bring it up? Because I will.
Yeah. What is verygoodshow.org?
It's right here. I got it for you.
Yeah, well, here, I'll bring it up.
Casey,
talk him through it. Yeah,
some play-by-play here.
All right. Well, the top is a little bot with headphones on and chapped lips that says "Very Good Show." Listen to our stupid show. Don't be a fat gut, even though you definitely are.
Boy, really on the nose.
Right? Then there's this is his link tree, by the way. There's a link to his Patreon.
Nice.
Listen to the podcast. Very Good Network. Rubbed
Hold
out.
on, Electra. Hold on, Electra. Hold on 1 second.
Oh.
Go ahead, Mike. What were you saying?
Is the Patreon still active?
Do you want me to click on it?
Is he fleecing these people?
Right-click on it and open it in a new tab, just so if there's some questionable images, we don't get intimidated. But you are funny to read this, Mike, because I am reading down here a little bit, and I think you're gonna have a good laugh.
Exist.
I think you're gonna have a good laugh at what's coming up.
Son of a bitch! He's stealing from these people.
He is stealing. Keep reading, Electra. Get down to the good stuff.
Okay, Rubbed Out podcast, Very Good Network.
He did
Shop
one of those.
Good Feels infused seltzer with hemp-derived THC.
What is that?
I don't know.
You can buy weed from THC from Craigers.
He's selling weed drinks.
I
Seltzer
say
weed.
Go support Very Good Show. Go subscribe. If you want to thank Craig for his service here, go subscribe to his Patreon. I don't know if you get anything other than weed, apparently.
What is this? Yarok plant-based hair care, organic vegan shampoos and conditioner.
Has Patreon been taken over by someone?
No, Craig is just doing some marketing, baby.
This is his site, Very Good Show.
It's his link tree, Mike. This is
Go
not
there.
Or it was hacked. One of the two.
But is he? I was going to say, is he selling those? Whatever that is.
Yes. He's selling products to us, Mike.
I don't believe.
And THC. Hippie Craig is selling us products. I swear to God.
Can you get
his normal?
Yeah. What else is on his link tree?
That's it.
Merch page. Yeah, merch page, and then Matt, Tim, and VGS links.
I remember Craig had very subtle merch. I could read the words Very Good Show from across a parking lot.
You want to see his merch? Should we look at his merch?
I could see him coming. No. Good. That's all right. Go support Craig. Go buy some merch. Thank Craig.
It's gay to smoke. It says it's gay to smoke. That's his merch.
That's his merch. It's gay to smoke.
We'll go support Craig for 5 years of service. We joke, but he's been a very loyal man for over 5 years now. So go support Craig. Go to his Patreon. Ask him what you get for subscribing.
He's amazing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I love Craigers. Craigers is the best producer in podcasting. I'm going to say it.
Well, that seems extreme, but he is a great man. I do like Craig. For all the jokes aside, I do enjoy. I mean, the best producer, but that's ridiculous, of course. I don't think
he left. He took a piss break in the middle of a show. That's my hero right there as a producer.
That is my hero also, because I really have to pee right now, and I'm not taking a piss break. But
all right, two more, Electra.
He would.
Yeah. Well, two more here, Electra. Then we'll see if Mike wants to just move out.
Oh, DZ D93 $4.99. Blind Mike can see this whole shtick he does is stolen valor, faux. A kank feet. What? What's a kank feet?
Tickets.
That doesn't say Stinkfest. It says a kank feet tickets and special treatment at airports.
That's true. That is true. But
okay.
Who are you to blow that for me?
Right.
But people, he told us he doesn't get special treatment. He gets treated like a tard at airports. It's not fun.
Yeah. It's special. I do get special treatment. That is a good way to phrase it.
am a tart in airports. I get so much anxiety. Oh my god. Colostomy Stephen Craig. Schrodinger's harlot didn't she claim to be a virgin, but also claimed to be a party girl?
That's hilarious. So now I get it. She's both things at the same time. She's alive. And
Yes,
dead.
that is absolutely true.
Madonna and the Virgin Mary. Okay.
Correct.
Blind Mike, we have one more video here, but it is also late in the day. What would you like to do? Should you watch a minute of it just to get a feel?
Just to get a little tickle.
He does do an intro, and then there is a, but once we get into the meat of it, I think it's going to be some
All
slogging.
right, you've convinced me.
All
Let's get a little taste of GD Fenderson. We'll see. We'll just tease you guys, and we'll see if we should dive into his second special. I think he has like six
or seven of them. Yeah,
this man.
It's a lot.
He's prolific. You got to give him that.
He's
and by the way, if you want to see the finale of us covering his last special, you have to go to our Patreon or YouTube members, maybe. But it's up for members only. We did that a few months ago. We watched the finale of GD Fenderson's comedy special. Now, Casey, do you want to tell us how this one ends before we dive in?
I will not on this one. Although I will defend myself that I think that kept that last one going. But yes, maybe looking back, it wasn't the best strategy.
Let's see. All right, let's start and see if this whets our appetite at all.
He fucks the dog at the end of this one, Mike.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, I had to ruin it for you.
Hi, I'm GD Fenderson, certified forensic humorist at large, but I'm losing weight. My pronouns are.
He loves that. He loves that phrase. He uses it on every video. He really loves that, huh?
Really loves to mix that music in real loud too with his vocals.
When is this from? Can you see when it was uploaded?
Oh god,
I think 3 years ago.
2000. Yeah, 21 or 22. Yes.
Okay, so this is post-pandemic.
I believe so. I'm gonna go look at all that right now.
Okay.
Freeze frame. He looks like he's crapping.
Yes, he does.
Way too much money, and my amateur nouns are uncoachable. The comedy show that you're about to watch, Psych Comedy 101, The Jokes Less Traveled, was put together from the recorded performances of multiple 90-minute shows.
Psych Comedy 101. Boy, that does not fit as a pun. Psych Comedy?
It's close. So close.
Psych Comedy? It does not rhyme with psychology in any way.
This is going to be hard. Oh, my God. So, yes, 2022 is when this came out.
Okay.
Maybe he means psych comedy, like you have to get psyched up to laugh at his jokes.
She punched it up in 10 seconds. She already made it better.
Yeah.
This is just the intro, Mike. Here we go.
Only about 80% of the material was the same in every show, leading us to weave together different jokes, stories, and rants from different performances to make this video one complete show. We did our best to recreate the authentic GD Fenderson.
You did a great job mixing the audio.
I was telling you, he did.
Sounds crisp.
He's also a musician, so he's like battling himself. I need them to hear my music too, but you got to put that quieter, GD. Come on.
Experience. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you enjoyed Psych Comedy 101, The Jokes Less Traveled.
Psych Comedy music?
So yeah. he had to cram all these Psych Comedy. Psych Comedy should be the name of the special, right?
Yeah, Psych Comedy 101, The Jokes Less Traveled.
Jokes Less Traveled.
Jesus Christ.
This is a Tom Myers. Like, this is a Tom Myers title right there.
Oh, no, I don't. I actually think this is not a good title.
Wait a second. Me Against the Rest of the World is a great title. What?
Yeah, I'm saying. You said this was like a Tom Myers title, but I think this is not a good title. Unlike Tom Myers titles.
I know what you're doing. I don't like
it.
This is produced by So GD Funny LLC.
You know what? I can't do this today.
I don't think I can either.
We'll do it another time.
Okay. We tried, GD.
We'll do it another time. It's an hour and a half long. We'll do it another time. I'm sorry.
You may have seen the best part, honestly.
I don't have it in me today. We'll get back to it. I'm sorry to tease you like that. I know you're all thinking, I thought I was going to get some good GD. But there's something about her, and I know his handle is So GD Funny, but there's something about her reading that I said I just can't today.
I'm sorry.
I got my perfect amount of him today. That's all I need. Just 30 seconds of GD and I'm good.
Well, that's a tease. Now you know it exists. You guys can let me know in the comments. Plead for it. If you say, Mike, I need this in my life, then beg for it in the comments, and then I'll know there's interest out there. But we'll get to that another time. Let's wrap things up here.
Go to blindmike.net.
Where can people find the two of you?
Oh, you can find us over at HackRideStudios.com, which is right there on the screen. Check that out. And also, like I said at the beginning here, this week is the end of Bigfoot. That's right. We've been doing 21 episodes of Unboxing Bigfoot, all his run-ins with the Stern Show, and this will be the last episode. And he's the only one living we've done, so it's fun. We get to actually have fun covering the end episode. And
is Electra, are you still doing like music stuff on your channel? I know you were doing that for a little while.
I do at times. I do music shorts, and sometimes I do music live shows. Usually I have to go over to Rumble, but go to djelectrify.com. That's all.
Check that out. If you want more hilarity like she brought to the program today, check out DJ Electrify.
She killed it today.
No, I'm kidding. Don't beat yourself up, Electra.
Mike, no more vacations from you also. The chat said, if you're going to do a vacation, it has to be during the weekday. They live their life by this, and you hurt a lot of people.
I'm very sorry. But, absence makes the heart grow fonder. You guys, if I never leave, you guys will never miss me, But blindmike.net is where I say go back to the archives. I know for a fact that all of you have not seen every episode of Why Are You Laughing, so you should. Go back to the archives, check out Why Are You Laughing. That'll be better. We're releasing an older episode, a bonus episode that we did. You'll see I'm in my old studio. You'll see the old Waltham apartment. And we analyzed. I went in thinking that it was a fake call when a serial killer called the Howard Stern Show. Mm-hmm. I went into it thinking we were going to analyze that it was fake. And I remember being convinced of it by the end. So it was a fun episode that we did a while back. So if you're not a member, you'll get to see that this week. If you have been a member for some time, you got it months ago. So consider becoming a member on Patreon or YouTube, and you get early access and bonus content. I also want to do with Craig this week, ideally, if he has enough time for us, I'm hoping to watch Whitney Cummings' special.
Oh, yes. I want to see your coverage of that.
So we will watch that at some point, hopefully this week. So become a member for that. Also BTH or whatever. 4 Eyes. What was it called? What did he call it?
3 Guys, 4 Eyes. I think.
3 Guys, 4 Eyes. Yes.
I still like Blindfeld.
Blindfeld.
It might be the best one.
Third Guy Blind.
Also good.
Banter Boys. The Banterverse.
It's a show about naming a show forever. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of fun on there. So on any of our Patreons, mine, Cardiff's, or Tukey's, you get it.
And what about Dabbleverse Live, too?
Oh, yeah. Go check that out. They've already watched it.
Watch it, guys. It's
Watch
bomb.
it again. Watch it again.
Watch Pat and Mike Dixon, or Pat Dixon and Mike turn into a 1920 show right on your.
Pat Dixon was fun. I enjoyed him. He's a funny guy. I liked him.
He is.
I knew your personalities would match once he finally woke up and met you at the right
time. I've forgiven him for a feud that I held only in my head. Where he invited me on his show, and I sat and waited. When he told me it started at 5, I sat and waited till 5:30, and I was messaging him. He never responded to me or anything. And then when I heard someone say like he slept through a gig or something, and I was like, oh, that's just a thing he does. It wasn't about me, so I felt better about it.
Sometimes I'll get up to go to pee at 4 a.m, and I'll look at just my phone, and Pat Dixon's alive, and I'm like, do you sleep, bro? How do you do that? So yes, he sleeps like a vampire during the day, I think.
Well, some people sleep 12 hours a day, as we learned. So
14 if you're really need to.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.
And we have a meme transition.
Hey, it's Boogie.
Steps through the way, everyone out. Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Put it in the outro.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
there's no cum on my mic.
Rock on.
Stop Stop the baloney, huh?
What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story. Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on him. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. All right.
Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Who's that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please?
If a person is on a bridge, threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing's bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.
Put it in the outro.
I messaged that beef drippings guy. I like his name.